KMTI, your sports leader in South Central Utah, now presents Snow College Badger Sports on the radio. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now let's get started with live sports play-by-play action on KMTI Radio.
We welcome you to Blake Field at Michie Stadium on the campus of the Army here in West Point, New York for today's junior college football matchup. It's the 9th-ranked Snow College Badgers making the trip out from Utah to the home of Army as they take on Army's JV squad this afternoon. My name is Tanner Wilkinson. I'll be your lead play-by-play man for this afternoon here in beautiful West Point, New York. To my right, executive producer and cameraman and color commentator, Joe Williams, the executive producer of all Snow College sports broadcasts. Joe, appreciate you being here. We've had a fun couple of days, and it's about to get a lot funner. Beautiful, beautiful facilities here at Army, a beautiful view. Michie Stadium, one of those bucket list places for so many people, right? For the Badgers, it's going to be a bucket list place to play. For the coaches, a bucket list place to coach, and for you and I, a bucket list place to broadcast a football game. Just a beautiful, beautiful opportunity that we've got out here in West Point today.
Yeah, no kidding. We flew in yesterday morning, spent the day down in Manhattan having a great time. Went to the Jets-Bills game and watched the Bills Mafia really take over there. That was a ton of fun. And came up today to West Point. Beautiful, beautiful drive. Beautiful campus, great people. Got to give a huge shout out to Eric Shapinski, the sports information director here at Army. He has been just a dream to work with and has done a fantastic job. I also want to give a special shout out to Drayson Ball, our Snow College sports information director. He is giving us live stats today, but he is doing so through the broadcast. He is back in Ephraim, so we are going to be hopefully using his stats, and just give a huge shout out to Drayson and his entire crew.
Yeah, Joe, this game comes at a good time for the Badgers. They are 10 days post a loss against then 8th-ranked Tyler Junior College. Badgers lost that game 26-12. That's a long time to be off between a loss, and Coach Erikson will highlight that during our pregame conversation that we'll play for you here in just a bit. But it's kind of that NFL long mini bye is what they call it, right? You play on a Thursday, and then you don't play again until the following Monday night, and that's certainly the case here for the Badgers. I think this group is hungry. I think they're ready to get that bad taste out of their mouths from their previous performance, and well, let's be honest, it's a long flight back to Utah with a loss, so they certainly don't want to do that. We do want to say we appreciate wherever you're tuned in from today, whether that is on SnowTV, with the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. We are live on KMTI 650 AM and 95.1 FM, and, of course, Centricom Channel 10. Appreciate all those tuning in. We're the only broadcasters here today, so those that are tuning in to watch the Army JV on the Army side, we certainly welcome you to the broadcast, and hope you have a good afternoon tuning in as well. But Joe, just great to be here again. Don't think we could paint with a broad enough brush just how beautiful this scenery is. If you've never been to Michie Stadium, folks, first of all, the shot we have, this stadium is terrific. They're doing some construction over on the far side from where we're at. So there's a little bit of an addition there, trying to get some more seating available down here. But as Joe's moving this camera around, that's our view. And just very few things that you can comprehend when it comes to that. A beautiful lake just right behind, and then the
Hudson right down below us here. See some beautiful houses, just incredible architecture here on this campus. Cannot compliment this place enough.
Yeah, certainly a beautiful day for a football game as well. We are overcast right now. Sun's expected to kind of move in and out throughout the day. We certainly enjoyed when it was overcast yesterday at MetLife Stadium. It's warm this time of year still out here in New York over on the East Coast. So we'll go ahead and continue to provide this broadcast for you today. We'll take our first break. You're tuned in to the Snow College pregame show. Snow College is your community college. Join Snow College campus to cheer on your favorite teams. We'll be right back. We've got more pregame coverage next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and TeamHive.live. And Centricom Channel. It was going to happen at some point.
Yes,
Centricom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments.
on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem. School? I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape, with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time, with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, San Pete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
We welcome you back to Michie Stadium as the 9th-ranked Snow College Badgers back on the road, getting set to take on the Army JV squad. Caught up with Coach Zach Erikson earlier this week to talk a little bit about how the Badgers expect to bounce back after that disappointing loss to Tyler and what fans alike can look forward to when the Badgers take on Army today.
Yeah, you guys have had kind of like the NFL model, they call it a mini bye. When a team plays on a Thursday, they don't play again until Sunday or Monday. That's the case for you guys this week. How's the extra practice time gone with maybe sharpening some of those things this week?
Yeah, it's been really good actually, especially heading into playing a style of offense that you don't normally see on a regular basis. For us, being able to steal, we stole 2 full more practice days than we would in a normal week. And so that's been really huge, especially for our defense. Offensively, just for us trying to find our rhythm, right? Now we're kind of settling in now on who our quarterback's going to have to be, in Jack and being able to get him comfortable again in that huddle and getting the guys comfortable with him going forward. So being able to, any extra time we have to do that is only going to be beneficial. And I've really seen – our guys kind of bounce back. You wake up Friday and you get back here Friday and get in the building and everybody's kind of, disheartened and disappointed about what had happened the night before. But, we gave them Saturday and Sunday off, and when we got back into the building Monday, kind of a pep in the step again, hopefully recognizing, okay, we did not do our best and we've got to, every day show up to work and get better. And so being able to have a couple of extra days like that has been hugely beneficial.
Let's talk about that Army offense. I think anyone who knows any level of college football knows that Army's going to run the triple option there, and that's just been a staple of theirs for a long time. What has that been like from the defensive room, trying to prepare for that? You kind of hinted at that, but maybe a little more in depth here.
Yeah, so it's been very interesting because the team that we're going out to play hasn't played a game yet. And so what we've been able to do is we've kind of just dove into Army's 2 games against Tarleton and against Kansas State, and tried to figure out what we're going to be up against in that sense. And actually, when you actually watch those games and actually break them down, it's interesting because they're not actually running triple option like you would expect. It still looks like triple option, but it's actually not. It's more dive and then speed option, right? They're not actually. I think in the 2 games that we've been able to kind of dive into with their, that Tarleton and that Kansas State game, I think a total of maybe 4 snaps where they actually leaving guys unblocked in a traditional triple option sense right now. And somebody that doesn't know any better, when they're watching it, they're going to think it's triple option because it still looks the same. But in triple option, you're going to leave a shade unblocked, and you're going to read him for a pull or a give. Then you're going to leave a defensive end or a linebacker unblocked for a pitch or a pull. And it's not true triple option in that sense. And so, but it is still something that is dreadful to prepare for because they have so many options in what they want to do. And then their counters off of that are usually touchdown plays. Like as you break that down, they've run dive, speed option, triple option over and over and over again, and they almost lull you to sleep. And then the next thing you know, boom, they show you the same action, and then they turn, that blocker into a wheel route, and nobody is around him for 30 yards. And so trying to keep our guys disciplined and understanding that they have to play extremely assignment sound football this week has been something that it's very unique because, again, you see this once a year, maybe once every other year. And so kind of transitioning into that type of a mindset going into the game is something that, is pretty tough. And so we just hope that our guys, again, like I said, having the 2 extra days is huge because they've seen it. And not only have they seen it, but our attack team guys have gotten better at it all week. And so by the end of the week, hopefully we feel like our guys have been able to give them a pretty good look. And so, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Let's talk what you guys want to accomplish offensively now, week to week, trying to get better. What have you seen out of the Army defense, and what are you looking for the offense this week? Yeah, so I think we had a little bit of something that you don't necessarily get every week when playing a head coach that's former assistant and really good friend. Sunday we actually got on the phone together and spent about an hour on the phone talking about, okay, what were you trying to stop? What, back and forth. And so really good insight because sometimes when you self-scout, you still miss some certain things. Sure. And so in that conversation with Tanner, it was good because I know what we're really good at, and that's running the football. And we got away from that a little bit in that Tyler game, mostly because we were behind trying to play catch up. But as teams prepare for us, their number one goal is, okay, how do we stop their run game, their power run game? And so I think for us, it's going to be hugely important for us to try to get out there and establish our power run game against a power run game team. And so one of the things, a plethora of the things that we've been working on this week on the offensive side of the ball is, number one, we have to be efficient. We have to finish drives. Every drive that we get has to end in points. Obviously, you have to take care of the football to make sure that happens. In that Kansas State game that was played last weekend that Army played, Kansas State's offense only had 7 plays in the entire second half. They had, maybe it was 8 plays. They had a 4-play drive right at the beginning of the third quarter,
and they didn't get the ball back. Now, granted, there were some unfortunate things that transpired, but they didn't actually get the ball back, their offense, until 2 minutes in the game. And they went on a 2-minute drive and then threw an interception on like the third or fourth play. And so our guys are aware of that. We're aware of that as coaches. And so offensively, we've got to be super efficient, and we've got to finish with points on the board because, you know, we may not get that many drives, right? In a game where, you know, in a typical game, we're going to run somewhere between 70 and 80 plays. This game, we might run 30 to 40. And so that's just the way, because of the way Army's offense operates, our offense, that's part of their strategy, is keep their offense on the field, keep our offense off the field. And so just being efficient and finishing, like, you know, we talked again about that in the previous week. We've got to finish. This week is even more important to make sure that every drive finishes with points somehow, some way, because we may not get very many opportunities.
You talk about each week, the head coach mentality, right? Each week's important. How important is it for you guys to focus in on this week, knowing you got 3 more ranked opponents back to back to back? How are you keeping the guys from overlooking this coming Monday?
Oh, I think the guys have done that all on their own. I think it's been really, again, a unique situation where we've been studying a FBS football team. And I think that's been something that's been really exciting for our guys. And so, you know, they're seeing a game film from Michie Stadium where we're actually going to go play. And they know the caliber of team that we're about to go face. And so I think it's been pretty easy, maybe not easy, but the guys this week have really understood, you know, we've got to be focused in on this. And when the game plan this week is so unique and so specific to this one opponent, it's helped kind of narrow their focus into, we don't really have time to even start to peek at Lackawanna or Western or Georgia Military. We are all focused in this week on going to West Point and being able to win. And also, I think, you know, we've got a really bad taste in our mouth. In our home opener, we came out and we did not play very good in front of our home stands and our home fans. And, you know, I think our guys take that personally. You know, I take that personally. We didn't do what we expect to do, especially at home. And so to be able to just get back on the field, we're kind of chomping at the bit to kind of get that nasty taste out of our mouth and be able to go out there and hopefully execute at a much higher level, because it's going to take us being immensely better than we were the last time we took the field to hopefully not have a very long ride home Tuesday morning.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck getting out there, and hey, we'll see you at West Point.
Yeah, glad you guys are coming. Can't wait.
Well, safe to say they made it out here. Didn't need to wish him luck necessarily now that we're here, but love what Coach Erikson said, Joe, about you know, that the guys are ready, right? Because they do. They have 3 ranked games back to back to back after today, 2 of which will be at home. But you got to take it one day at a time. Coaches will say that. You'll hear that time and time again. Well, some fans think that's the boring answer. It is the right answer, and that's certainly what Snow needs to do here today.
It is, and, you know, especially after having that mini bye, that 10-day break, it just is exciting to be back out on the field. But it also can be a little hard getting back into the swing of things, especially having such a long plane ride. It's an hour bus ride up from the hotel. The guys have to be ready mentally, physically, and in every way if they want a chance at beating what is promising to be a very, very good Army JV team.
Well, looking at it as well, that was kind of the struggle with Tyler, right? Finding a flow.
Exactly.
Especially on the offensive side of the ball. So that's something to certainly keep an eye on.
And I think you're going to see a lot more running today than you did in that Tyler game. You know, Snow likes to try to be a passing team, but exactly what Coach Erikson said, their strong point is that power run.
Yeah, that the offensive line, they feel like they've got the right group for that. They've got the right guys in the backfield. So certainly interested to see. This is going to be a very run-dominant game, I think, between both sides as that was presented. Since 2023, couple numbers here coming into this game. Badgers now 10-2 in all true road games, including 2-0 so far this season. Their last loss last year at number 2 Iowa Western. That was on October 5th, so been almost a year since Snow College lost a road game. One thing to keep an eye on, Badgers traditionally, and this is, I think, true for the majority of teams at any level of football, they average 10 points per game fewer at home than on the road since 2023. Badgers put up about 45 points per game at Terry Foote Stadium with an average of 35 points on the road. And I think it kind of hits home to what you were saying, right? You got the bus ride, you've got the flight, you're not in, that kind of a thing adds up over a period of time. So certainly interesting to see where the Badgers do in comparison to that. Hoping that they don't score just 2 points today, given that they're averaging 12 points per game at home. But, this is the one number that our sports information director, Jason Ball, provided that really stood out to me. Since Zach Erikson took over the Snow College football program in 2020, he has never lost to an unranked team. So in the NJCA Division I top 15 rankings, now Army doesn't necessarily qualify for that, but still they would also qualify as a non-ranked team. He is 32-0 against non-ranked teams, and Army does fall under that category today with their JV squad.
You also have to remember Coach Erikson has quite a bit of experience playing Air Force Academy Prep, the school right across the street from the Air Force Academy in Colorado. They've played there at Air Force and have hosted them in Ephraim several times and always beat them. And they also like to play that triple option offense that we talked about.
This is officially an afternoon game as it will transition to the evening time here in New York. Badgers went 4-1 last year during the 2024 season. Their game at Highland on the road this year was an afternoon game, which they won 37-6. Under Coach Erikson, the Badgers are 23-5 with games kicking off before 5 p.m. local time. Our kickoff scheduled here for about 8.5 minutes, right at 4 p.m.
We also, we talked about this in our interview with Coach Erikson, the extended version that is on our YouTube channel right now. But Tanner, do you remember the last time that a Utah college played here at West Point, New York?
It was in the 60s. It was the late to mid 60s.
It was 1967. Utah State came out and played the Black Knights here at West Point. That was 58 years ago. The last time that Utah College played Army at all was 1969 when Army traveled to Logan to take on the Aggies. And we also talked about this. They were scheduled to play BYU in 2020. That did not work out, but they are scheduled to play again in 2032.
Yeah, that'll be something to keep an eye on. Was hoping that game was going to happen that year. Any football back in 2020,
exactly.
We were all happy to have it happen. So
exactly.
We're going to take another quick break. We'll be having more pregame conversation coming up as the Badgers and the Black Knights get set to battle from West Point next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
Yeah, you guys have had kind of like the NFL model. They call it a mini-bye. When a team plays on a Thursday, they don't play again.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose, and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style check-in account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bring color to the world. Open a new check-in account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
We welcome you back to Michie Stadium here at the Army in West Point, New York. About under 5 minutes away from our opening kickoff. We're going to take another break as the presentation of the colors coming up next right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we are member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
So you're all moved in. How's your new roomie?
Oh, she's cool. She's also a biology major.
Oh, that's great. You guys can help each other stay on top of homework.
I just hope the classes aren't hard. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard.
You'll do great, I'm sure. We're proud of you.
Aww.
You ready to go?
Who's that?
Gotta go, Mom. Have a dorm meeting in 2 minutes. Love you.
Hello? Hello? Who was that?
Centricom Fiber, because you don't just need internet, you need good internet.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
Welcome you back to Michie Stadium. About 2 minutes until our opening kickoff between the 9th-ranked Snow College Badgers and the Army JV Black Knights. As Army off to an interesting start in the FBS level this year, Joe. A very up-and-down situation for them. They lost to an FCS foe to start the year in Tarleton State. Now, Tarleton, one of the best in FCS, certainly a contender for a national championship on that side. But when you look at the flip side, they then go out and beat a Power 4 program in Kansas State out of the Big 12, which a lot of Badger fans familiar with, being also BYU and Utah fans. So an interesting start for Army. They have a bye they had a bye this previous week, and then North Texas will come here to Michie Stadium to play in that matchup there. So, again, a very fascinating situation for the Badgers. You're playing the JV squad of an FBS opponent. And Coach Erikson kind of hit on this, that's a huge mystery. This JV team has not played anybody yet. So the film they went off of was the film of the FBS squad for the Black Knights. So that's, again, certainly things leading up to this should be fascinating when it comes to an X's and O's situation for the Badgers here today. And it's always fascinating when you've got a situation where you're playing this kind of offense that so few run in today's day and age of college football. Captains out there for the Snow College Badgers. They've got number 52, Maile Fonua, along with number 37, Jay Summers. Number 27, Jaden Wright, is out there as well for Snow College. I believe that's number 5, Quezon Villa, that is out there as well. For the Black Knights, their captains out at center field, they have number 7, that is God's Power Nawahue at quarterback, who is expected to get the majority of the snaps today. There is a number 31 out there who we unfortunately do not have, and we were given a heads up where this is a JV game. There is some going to be maybe some roster discrepancies out there with the amount of guys. And then number 60 is Sam Waters, an offensive lineman out there as the captains for this JV squad. Once again, appreciate you tuning in to our Snow College pregame show. Snow College is your community college. Join Snow's campus and cheer on your favorite teams, including the Badger football program. It is definitely sports season, as we are having a great start of the year. Snow soccer, both men's and women's, off to good starts. Volleyball having a good time as well. So basketball season's just around the corner.
And basketball season, Snow Badgers have stuff to be excited about after finishing number 1 in last year's season and falling short in that postseason tournament. It is going to be a fun year for Coach May and the boys.
Appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be doing so today, live from Michie Stadium again. And if you're seeing on our camera coverage, this is a beautiful stadium, beautiful, beautiful West Point, New York. It was crazy. You and I talked about this on the drive up here today, Joe, how crazy it is that
yes, we did.
We're, an hour and a half from Manhattan, from the city, and if that, and then you come and it's just a completely different world up here in this part of the state of New York. So Badgers in their home uniforms, the white helmets, white pants, white uniforms with the orange numbers. Army JV in their traditional uniforms with the gold helmets, black uniforms, gold pants, and the gold numbers and trim as well. That signature font that is on the Army uniforms. You see that on the numbers marking the field.
I do have to make a note here. We apologize. There is not going to be a game clock on our broadcast. We had some unfortunate technical difficulties, so we will rely on our incredibly capable play-by-play man, Tanner Wilkinson, to keep us updated on the game clock.
Well, we've had it's not as bad as having to get the clock shut off, and this will be the last time I bring it up for the season, but that did happen game 1 for the Badgers.
Yes, it did.
So here we go, set to kick off. Army wins the toss. They defer to the second half, and kicking it off for the Black Knights from the 35, and we are underway here from West Point and Blake Field as the Badgers will return it at the 2-yard line. Kick start to the 5, up to the 15-20. Blocker far side, cut back 30. A flag does fly in, and this is likely, my guess, going to be in the area of a hold. A good return from the Badgers to the outside, and it'll be 1st and 10 either way following the return.
That was just a beautiful job. The Badgers, that is one bright spot that so far this year they have done incredibly well on special teams all over. No matter what, if their special teams is on the field, they can make incredible things happen.
Yeah, the return game's been strong for Snow. So they do get a hold on the Badgers to start. So the good news, it's still 1st and 10, but the Badger drive is going to start considerably further back because it's from the spot of the hold. So they'll mark it at the 9. So Snow's got 91 yards to go here on this opening drive for the Badgers, as Jack Tho is back in at quarterback for the Badgers. Once again, Jace Welsh injured in that game against Tyler. Those two split most of the first couple of games, but for different reasons, and the Badgers will run. On 1st down and 10, it's Seth Rigtrip, the back, as he's going to get a couple on 1st down. Well, that's exactly how Coach Erikson would script this, if you would, Joe. They want to start by establishing the run.
Exactly, and that is really how I expect them to move the ball the most today. Give it to Rigtrup, see what he can create, because he is explosive on the ground with the ball in his hands.
Badgers go 2 receivers near side, a single receiver far with a single tight end, single back at the hip of Jack Tho. Jack in shotgun, takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff again. Seth's got a big hole. Rigtrip with a 1st down and then some. Out past the 20 to the 21, and the Badgers get a Douglas Dentistry 1st down. Douglas Dentistry with in-house financing. Show off that smile at 258-9001.
That was just incredible blocking, an incredible run by Rigtrup, finding that hole and getting through.
This Badger offensive line, again, didn't play up to maybe those expectations that are there for them a week ago. Looking to do that early today. 2 receivers now to either side. Black Knight showing blitz. Badgers get a new call in from the sideline as Jack makes the adjustment. 2 receivers near side, 2 far for Tho. Jack, single back at his hip, takes the snap back to pass on 1st and 10. It's a quick hitter to the outside, and it is complete to the wide receiver, Mikhail Paiva, the Badgers' leading receiver on the season. He's kind of become a go-to guy. Good play on first down and a good gain.
A great route running by Paiva. He was able to get ahead of his defender, and just well-timed ball by Jack, getting it to him right in between those two defenders and getting him out of bounds to stop the clock and almost first down.
I think that's a good spot for Jack, though. Get him a quick hitter early to get going at that quarterback spot. Badgers now go trips to the left, single receiver far side. Rigtrup at the hip of Tho, back to pass. Jack throws over the middle, and it's just a little bit off, intended for Kazan Villa. And an incomplete pass will bring up third down and short.
Kazan did a great job there, just could not quite finish. That was a quick tackle and just couldn't hold on to it.
Third down and 2 for the Snow College offense. This would be a big stop for Army to get off, and for the Badgers trying to get that first down. One receiver to either side, split back set with the tight end. They run Rigtrup. Seth, right side, is going to get stuffed and is not going to get there. Maybe gets a half a yard on the play, so 3rd and 2 will now be 4th down and 1. And no sign of the punt team coming in just yet for this Snow College offense. And Coach Erikson's an aggressive guy. This would not entirely shock me, but Snow's offense does stay on the field.
They have a lot of faith in their defense as well, being able to hold Army.
Tho gets another call in from the sideline. He's going to go 2 receivers near side, single right, tight end on the far side as well for Jack Tho. Tho takes the snap. They are going to run it. Rigtrup falls forward, and he's going to get the first down. Right at the stick, Seth Rigtrup able to move it. And the Badgers pick up another Douglas Dentistry first down.
Just incredible last-second effort by Rigtrup to get that final yard, get over the hump, and get that first down, keeping this drive alive.
Badgers go no huddle. They get a snap off. There's going to be too many on the field, so a free play for Jack. He throws. It's into the dirt, trying to hit Paiva. In coverage for Army was Harrison Mass, the freshman corner. But this is a free play.
Exactly what you said earlier. There was a lot of it was just very aggressive. Coach Erikson, very aggressive in his play calling. He's calling the offense and is just really going after it in every play today.
12:19 to go here in the opening period after the incomplete pass, but it was on a free play. So good. Kudos to Jack Tho. Quarterbacks' eyes get really big when they see that extra man running off the field.
Yes, they do.
You think of how many times Aaron Rodgers pulled that off with the Packers over the years. 1st and 5 now. Jack back to pass. Gets rid of it to his back, Rigtrup. Seth's got a blocker out front. Makes one guy miss, spins out of it, still on his feet. Seth Rigtrup with a first down and more near midfield, out to the 46, 47-yard line.
And again, not just a running back. Rigtrup able to run a very great route, and great job by Jack being able to throw it to him quick, get it to him, and get downfield for a first down.
Another Douglas Dentistry first down for the Badgers. 2 receivers far, single near side with a split back set. Another give to Seth. Rigtrup follows that lead block, falls forward just for a yard. Army does a good job snuffing that out. Couple guys in there for Army, including inside linebacker A.J. Barbett, sophomore out of Franklin, Tennessee. It's a gain of 2 for Seth.
I have a feeling Army is expecting that run game. They have watched some film. They know that is Snow's strong point.
Trips now to the right, empty set with 2 to the left for Tho. Jack, pocket holds well. Jack then becomes a runner. Tho makes one man miss, still has it, slides near the first down marker. We'll see where they spot him. And they're going to say right at that yard to gain. Jack Tho takes off and run and gets another Douglas Dentistry first down.
Fantastic job by Jack. Just great field vision, keeping his eyes up and going downfield, getting that first down.
2 receivers to the right for the Badgers. Tight end near side with a split back set again for Jack Tho. 10:58 to go opening period. It's a give to Matt Wilson now. Wilson follows that blocker, cuts back upfield, stutter steps and falls forward to the 35, make it the 36, a gain of 5 from Matt Wilson. Matt was a little quiet last week, one of the leading return production guys from Snow College a year ago. Good to see Matt get a good call there and a gain of 5.
I really, really like the ability that Snow has had to kind of play the defense in a way that they are taking advantage of, marching it down the field.
2nd down and 5, 2 receivers far side for Jack. Jack goes hard count, now takes the snap, gets rid of it quickly. Screen pass out to Villa. Villa's got the first down and more to the 30, 26, 27-yard line. Excellent pass out to Kazan Villa, and the Badgers get another Douglas Dentistry first down. Maybe sensing something here, Joe. little bit of no huddle.
Those quick passes have been very, very effective against this defense that is very ready for them to run it up the gut. You got to wonder what kind of adjustments the Army is going to make on the sideline after this series.
2 receivers left side, and you speak of adjustments. 4 new defensive linemen in for Army, 4 just subbed out. First down and 10 for Jack. Split set for Tho. Takes the snap, hands off up the middle. Tapusoa, and Lonnie's going to fall forward for a gain of 5. Another good gun. That was maybe something they discovered at the end of that. Lamana Tapusoa, the freshman running back, kind of exploded in the fourth quarter against Tyler. Got the Badgers a little momentum late in that game. Gets them a good 6 yards on 1st and 10. Now brings up 2nd down and 4. Tho will stay with this split back set. They go with the 2 receivers near side in Dubois and Paiva. Single tight end over on the far right for Jax. Takes the snap. It's another give. Tapusoa falls lead blocker, bounces off of it. Looks to keep the legs churning and will fall forward for a gain. Needed 4, got 2. Will bring up 3rd down and 2 here.
And just a note, remember, this is Army's JV team. They are looking at this almost like a scrimmage more than a full-on game. And the only reason I say that, you'll probably see a lot of subs. These are their young guys.
Yeah.
They're freshmen, sophomores that are trying to get playtime.
Trips to the right. Tho takes it. Blitz comes off the edge. Jack gets rid of it. Has a man right there for the first down. Pass is complete and forced out of bounds inside the 10. The Badgers will have 1st and goal. That pass was complete to number 87 for the Snow College Badgers. That is Porter Hadley, the wide receiver. Hey, we spoke to Porter's parents at the Army team store before the game. So Porter with a nice snag, and he gets out of bounds.
Huge shout out to Porter and the Hadleys.
A good number of Badger fans made the trip out as the handoff to Seth Rigtrip. Rigtrip gets to the edge inside the 5, and he is in for 6 as the Badgers open out on top. Seth Rigtrip takes it from 9 yards out.
That is 8-18. Seth Rigtrup making it into the field or into the end zone. Got to mark that for Drayson back home. 8-18, Drayson. That is what time he made that touchdown.
Your scoreboard tonight brought to you by Utah Heritage Credit Union as the Badgers do this on extra points, kind of line up in a funny way and try to take advantage potentially of going for 2, and they will go for 2. The toss out to Tapusoa, and he finds his way in. A very unique way to run a 2-point conversion, but the Badgers do it, and they open up with an 8-0 lead here early in this one.
And they are able to capitalize on some adjustments that they were able to make going from that run game into those short outside passes. It makes me curious what we're going to see from the Badgers offense the next time they are on the field.
We'll take a quick break and be back right here on the Mid-Utah. Or are we keeping it here?
I think we're just keeping it here.
We're the only media here today, so we don't have the typical media guidelines maybe. And I got to give a shout out to Army. We're in like the booth. By the way, this is
they call this the CBS booth.
Yes, and it's beautiful. It's a sliding window that gets you a perfect view of everything that Army has to offer. So again, a major shout out to the hospitality here at Army. But that was an important drive for this offense, Joe. They struggled last week against Tyler, and regardless of what you're looking at competition-wise and anything like that. Very, very big opening drive to start off on a good foot.
Very much so.
Badgers approach and will kick this one a little bit low and over towards the sideline. It takes a bounce once, twice, and does go out at the 3-yard line, which is unfortunate. That'll be a penalty, and that will give Army great field position to start offensively for them.
That was 95% a perfect kick. It was so close to being right on the 1 or 2 yard line in bounds, just barely goes out, and we'll see the Army offense and the Badger defense for the first time today.
The Badger defense didn't have a horrible game a week ago by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly would like to clean a few things up, and certainly a great challenge right here against the Black Knights. Under center for the first time tonight, this afternoon, at the 35-yard line. Army goes. It's a run to the right. Keeper from the quarterback, and the fall forward. A good gain on first down. That's the freshman Bryson Luter out of Indianapolis. Takes it 10 yards and gets a first down out to the 45. Needed 10, got 10.
A fantastic first play for Army. If they can get that established early, that run game right up the gut, they are going to be able to move this ball efficiently the rest of the game.
First down and 10 for the Black Knights. Badgers in tightly here, as you can expect to see that for most of the afternoon. 7:46 to go, opening period. Luter sends a man in motion. It's a pitch out to the outside. A lot of room, a lot of space, and a first down and then some as the runner gets into Badger territory and out at the 40-yard line. That is Chance Knox, the sophomore from Wilmington, Delaware. Gets out to the 40-yard line and moves the sticks the other way into Badger territory now.
2 plays, 2 first downs. You cannot be mad at that if you are Army. They have found plays that are working so far. Badger defense needs to adjust to find a way to stop this hot offense.
As Joe mentioned, 2 plays and 2 first downs for Army. Under center with it now is Bryson Luter, again just a freshman, as will be the case in these types of matchups. Pitch over to the outside. Badgers string it out well, and that is not going to go for a first down. A flag does come flying in here, as the carry was to number 26. I believe that was 26 out there with the
it was 26.
The carry. I've got that as Elijah Easley, and that will be, let's see here what they're going to call. They're going to call a face mask on the Badgers. Sure enough. So, you finally get a good string up and defensive stop. Penalties were an issue a week ago for Snow College, and this is the first one that's really going to hurt them here.
They definitely will, and that in college is not an automatic first down, but it is 15 yards, giving Army a first down.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Black Knights at the 20. So now knocking on the door of the red zone, right at the red zone. Badger defense needs to maybe stiffen up a little bit here. Army's going to go a little bit more spread out with 2 receivers far side, single near with the tight end, and a single back set. In shotgun is Luter. Brings that man in motion. Luter takes, gives to the back up the left side. Badgers convene well, but the legs just continue to churn. A good gain of 3 yards. That is from Godspower Niahoa with the carry. Wiweha, my apologies. Godspower Wiweha with a gain of 3 on the play brings up second down and 7. So Badger defense hoping to stiffen up a little bit right there.
Is this their first second down?
They've
They've only had first downs.
It is.
So
You're
far.
correct. So second down and 7, a gain of 3 for the Army offense. Luter under center. Awaits the snap. Sends that man in motion. The give up top to Niwawe. He falls forward and gains 2.5 yards on second down. So maybe we're looking at third and about 4 here for the Army offense.
It took the Badgers almost 7 minutes to score in that first drive, and Army has had it for just over 2 minutes now and have already marched 80 yards down the field. This is a potent offense that the Badgers really need to be careful with.
5:37 to go, opening period. Badgers again with an 8-0 lead with the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Army now trying to get on the board themselves. Bryson Luter in the gun. Brings that man left to right, takes the snap. It's going to be a direct run for Luter. Stutter steps, gets met immediately. Tayson Reed, the first man to meet him as they push the pile backwards. Excellent job. A number of Badgers in there, including Keegan Hall, Jaden Wright, names that you've come accustomed to hearing over the last couple weeks on Badger broadcasts. And that will bring up fourth down. No gain officially on the play, but Army likely in 4-down territory here. They're going to try and go for this.
Just blew up that offensive line, able to get penetration in the pocket and take them down.
And Tayson Reed, the freshman, very excited to see what he can do. Was missed the first couple weeks with an injury. Played really well last week. 4th down and 3 now. Luter under center, going hard count. It's going to be a carry for himself to the outside. Breaks through inside the 10 to the 5. Spins. Is he in, or are they going to mark him just shy? They say touchdown. An excellent tuck and run from Bryson Luter. A gutsy call on 4th down, and it pays off for the Black Knights as they now find themselves on the board. 8-6 with 4:35 remaining in the opening period.
The first score came at 8:18. The second and the first for Army coming at 4:35. Really about half the time that it took the Badgers to get in the end zone, the Army was able to get in about 4 minutes. That is something the Badgers really have to look at going into the second quarter.
Yeah, Coach talked about when they played Kansas State, it was so much about ball control. Well, when you're picking up 10 yards of play, ball control doesn't really become an issue. And
exactly.
Army now goes for 2 to tie this on the 2-point try. Luter under center. Brings that man left right to left, pitches it to the outside. Badgers trying to get there and being able to get the stop. What an open field tackle from TJ Hudson on the tailback Chase Knox. And that will prevent the 2 points from going through. We'll take a quick 30-second break right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, CentralCom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
And we welcome you back on in here to Michie Stadium. 8-6, Snow College leads with 4:35 to go. So a great drive from Army, but a massive stop by the Badgers on the 2-point conversion, Joe.
And I think that's exactly why the Badgers went for 2 points in that first touchdown. They knew that they had the defensive ability to keep Army from hitting that same 2 points.
So now Army will approach. Send this kick high, fielded at about the 10-yard line for the Badgers, mark at the 8. Up to the 15, right side tripped up 20, stutter step, cut back to the 25, down the sideline and out of bounds at around the 34, 35-yard line where it will be first down and 10 for Snow College.
What does the dentist of the year get?
That was
a little
problem
plaque.
for the Badgers.
Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure.
There we go. We're good.
Having a couple technical difficulties here.
It's always fun when you bring everything out to New York and then some of it doesn't work.
Yes,
That's always
it
fun.
is. It is, and it has been a little difficult at times. But here we are. Badgers no flag on that opening kickoff return in this series.
So at the 34th, Jack takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff left side. Rigtrip tries to get to the edge, tripped up, sheds the tackle, tripped up again, now runs out of room and is dropped at the 35. It's still going to be a gain of a yard for Seth Rigtrip, but had to do a lot of running and a lot of jumping over just to get that. Jackson Wingart, the freshman linebacker from Carmel, Indiana, gets the tackle. Second down and 9.
Yeah, he ran 20 yards to only get 1 yard.
Second down and 9, though. Trips to the right side, single receiver to the left with a single back in Wilson. Though pumps, evades the sack man, now still running with it. Jack then becomes a runner. Wilson tries to get that block. Jack's tripped up. It gets a good gain on second and 9. Will bring up third down and short as he's out across the 40 to the 41. So Jack, though, showing off the wheels a little bit, something we haven't seen much out of Jack early this season, but has made good decisions, Joe, on when to throw and when to become a runner.
And they've played a lot more throwing plays, a lot more passing plays than I was expecting in this game so far.
Third down and 3, split back set for Jack. Tho's going to hand it off Wilson. Wilson takes that up right side, gets a first down. Matt Wilson following that lead block, an excellent block over on that far right side for the Badger offense, and they'll move it with another Douglas Dentistry first down.
The Badgers have to be content here, getting 3-4 yards every play, being up by 2 now, and as long as this ends in a touchdown, it's worth getting some time off the clock.
Well, if Army's going to be this explosive, what's a good defense? Your offense not allowing Army to have the football. So
100%.
2 receivers near side, split backs for Jack Tho. Tho sends Tapusoa out in motion. It's going to be a give to Matt Wilson. Wilson has a great lead block, spins out of it. Still on his feet, shedding tackles Matt Wilson, and he gets a first down into Army territory past the 45 to the 43-yard line. Matt Wilson nearly got brought down twice. What do they teach running backs? Keep the legs always moving and fall forward, and because of that, Matt gets another Douglas Dentistry first down for the Badgers. Snow College goes no huddle now. 2 receivers to either side for Jack. Takes the snap, give Wilson. Another big hole. Matt runs forward, only going to get a yard. That was closed extremely quickly. Again, Jackson Weingart, the freshman inside linebacker, with the stop after a gain of a yard. Badgers sensing something here, Joe, starting to pick up the pace a bit.
They really are. They pressed the tempo in that opening series, but they're speeding up in this one.
Trips to the right, single receiver at the back of Tho with a single receiver near, or single back to the right hip of Tho with a single receiver near side. Jack gets a new play call and communicates with his lineman. Minute 51 to go, opening period. Badgers with an 8-6 lead, looking to drive and score their second touchdown of the game. Jack goes play action, loads up, launches it far side, and it is underthrown and into the dirt, trying to hit his receiver over on that far outside. Good coverage downfield from Army's Daniel Agordi out of Laurel, Maryland. Deep in coverage.
Very, very good coverage. Even if that ball was not underthrown, he would have had a heck of a time beating his coverage and catching that ball.
3rd down and 9 for the Badger offense now. This is a critical junction for Snow College. Had a couple drives stall out early against Tyler that looked good initially. Don't want to have that happen here. 2 receivers to either side. Rig trip at the hip of Jack Tho. Jack sends a man in motion, back to pass. Pocket holds well. Jack then escapes and becomes a runner. Heads up that right side, 1 man to beat. Jack dives for the first down, and he should have it, and they will give it to him based on the mark. Jack Tho with another use of his legs to run for the Douglas Dentistry first down. What a great start to the game for Jack.
We've seen plenty of run plays handing to a running back. We've seen Jack tuck it and run several times. We've seen those quick passes outside. The Badger offense has a lot of room to play now.
1 receiver to either side with split backs for Jack. He takes the snap, gives Rig trip. Seth stutter steps, comes right up the field, has a big hole. 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's gone! Seth Rig trip for the second time in his mini drives finds the end zone for the Badgers, and they'll go on top 14-6 with the PAT pending. 1:04 to go in the 3rd.
Fantastic run by Rig Trupp, having the patience to not try and force anything, to let the blocks develop and open up a space for him to make it through. He was able to let that happen and get downfield for an incredible touchdown.
Nice to see Seth was maybe a little bottled up by that stingy Tyler defense a week ago really break out here in this opening period. Badgers will go for 2 again. They pitch to Tapusoa, and he will walk in untouched. Such a unique 2-point conversion. So nice they've ran it twice, and now the Badgers extend this to a 10-point game, 16-6 with 1:04 to go in the opening quarter right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
That a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
For the second time in this opening quarter, the Snow College Badgers find the end zone. Your scoreboard this afternoon is brought to you by Utah Heritage Credit Union, UHCU, for auto, ATV, mortgage, and new home construction loans for the Snow College Badgers, now leading at 16-6 with they've gotten both 2-point conversions. Army did not get theirs, and now that makes it a 2-score game. Chasing points gets interesting as Army now fields it at the 7-yard line. Cut back left side. Badgers will convene at about the 20-21 for Harrison Mass, the freshman return man from Cypress, Texas. Badgers saw a lot of foes from Texas just the other week.
Yeah, and they have to be used to playing those Texas guys now. They are very experienced in high school ball. I mean,
Texas high school football is a religious experience.
I was going to say, those Texas boys, they live and breathe football.
The Army offense back out there again. Army scored in a hurry. They got 58 seconds left in this period here at Michie Stadium. Once again, in at quarterback is Bryson Luter, the freshman. Takes the snap. Going to take it over on the right side for a good gain. Bryson Luter on first down gains 7. Good showing from this freshman out of Indianapolis as he makes it 2nd down and 3.
You know, that's one awesome thing about playing somewhere like Army and playing these teams that are a bit bigger. You don't play with just a bunch of guys from your home state.
Sure.
They are from all over the country.
2nd down and 3, 29 seconds remaining in this opening period, but could potentially be the final play of quarter number 1 as under center goes Luter. Goes with a hard count. Brings a man left to right. It's going to be a run right up the gut, and that run is good enough for another Black Knights first down. Boy, this run game, Badgers having a tough time with it, as that is the freshman running back Stroman Bridges out of Midland, Texas, as he moves the sticks and gets another first down, and that will end quarter number 1. So after 1 period of play on our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard, it's number 9 Snow College 16, Army JV 6. We'll be right back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support. Your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Sanpete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style check-in account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bringing color to the world. Open a new check-in account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
We welcome you back on in here to Michie Stadium after one quarter play. Snow College 16 and Army JV 6, but Army JV is driving and did just pick up a fresh set of downs. Going with a little bit of an empty, different set here with this pistol formation. Bring a man left to right. Badgers show blitz. They'll bring it. It's a quarterback keep off the left side. Good blocking and another great first down run as the pile pushes for Bryson Luter. A gain of 8 on first down and 10. Will bring up second down.
This is a potent Army offense. They have been able to move the ball very well. I don't know that there has been a single play where they've gained less than 3 yards.
Second down and short for Army as Luter getting a new play call in from the sideline. Now reapproaches the huddle. Again, just started the second quarter, 14-26. If you just joined us and think 16-6 is a weird score, well, yeah, it kind of is. As Snow scores 2 touchdowns with 2 two-point conversions. Meanwhile, Army did not convert on their 2-point conversion after their touchdown. Luter sends a man in motion. It's going to be a run up the gut. The Badgers get in a hurry. It's going to be no gain on the play. Coming up from behind to make that tackle, number 99 for the Snow College defense. That's MJ Taloafo with the short tackle. Brings up third down and short. They're going to say a gain of a yard, 3rd and 1.
And it is a hot afternoon game. It's in the 80s here. And, you know, back home in Utah, that is not too bad. Here it's humid as well.
Yes.
It is like an oven down there on that field.
You and I know that from being at MetLife yesterday, how warm it is out this way this time of year. 3rd down and short here for Luter. Under center. Back to run with it. Now takes it off left side. We'll have the first down and then some stutter steps. First down out past the 45 to the 40 of the Badgers. Bryson Luter. Army may have found something with this kid as he picks up another first down for the Black Knight offense.
He has been very potent. That is a name I would expect to hear in D1 before too long. He is just a freshman right now. And, you know, a lot of these Army players are freshmen and sophomores that are on the official Army roster and will start to play in D1 games their junior and senior years.
Luter in the shotgun now. 2 receivers left side. Brings a man left to right. It's a high snap. He corrals it, pitches it over to the right side. The jet sweep goes far right, and it's a gain of 6 on first down. That's number 22, B.J. Align, the freshman out of Wilmington, Delaware, from kind of a slot position. Comes, takes the pitch. That's what you can expect when you play an Army offense as they gain 6 yards. The yards per play for the Black Knights got to be something pretty significant right now, averaging nearly 8 yards a carry. Going to take that every time. Second down and 3. Now with 2 receivers far side, sends that man in motion again, Luter. It's going to be a run off the right side. The back trips, and that gives the Badgers enough room to get in and make the tackle. It's still going to be a gain of 2 from Stroman Bridges. There's a little bit of extra, I wouldn't even call it. Based on what we saw against Tyler, that's not extracurricular activity.
That was not extracurricular. I think that was just a couple of guys continuing the play and just got a little so physical during the play that when the whistle was blown, they weren't able to stop very quickly.
3rd down and short here. And that's the thing where Army's been so aggressive going for it on 4th downs, and they've had these 3rd and shorts. It's almost been an automatic thing for this offense.
It really has.
Luter in shotgun on 3rd and 2. Badgers show with a 4-man front. Luter takes the snap. It's going to be a keeper himself up the right side. It's going to be right at the sticks. It's going to be depending on where they spot this. I think he's got enough for a first down, and sure, the official's already pointing first down for Army.
Luter already at the end of that first quarter had 56 yards of rushing. and he is the leading rusher right now for the Black Knights. Second place is Chase Knox with only 15. Luter is very, very potent on his feet.
First down and 10 for the Black Knights as they're approaching the red zone for the second time this afternoon. Ball at the 28, where it'll be first and 10. A little more spread out on this series as well for Army. Two receivers far side, single receiver to the near side for Luter. Luter brings a man left to right, takes the snap. It's going to be a run pitch to the left side. A lot of operating room and a fall forward for a good gain on first down and 10. That is Stratton Fuller out of Columbia City, Indiana. As a Badger player lost the helmet, that's Tenny Worthen who's going to have to sub out for a play here. Gain of 6 from Army will bring up second down and 4.
It's got to be a breath of fresh air for the Badgers to not have to be dealing with flags every other play. That was a big thing in that Tyler game. There were just so many penalties going both ways that it's so nice for them to be able to play and get into a rhythm in this game.
Really clean start to this game. Yeah, and we're a third of the way through this second quarter now at 10-10 to go in quarter number 2. With the ball is Luter. Pitches it over left side. Badgers look to blow that up in a hurry. And the tackle in the open field, this might still be enough for a first down. I think they're going to mark it right near that line. Coming up for the play for Snow College, I believe that was number 45 for the Badger defense. That's Taylor Malo, the freshman. They're going to mark him just shy. So third down and 1, which third and short, fourth and short has not been an issue for Army here this afternoon.
That's another major problem that the Badgers had in that Tyler game was missed tackles. There were so many plays where the Badgers almost had a tackle but missed it just barely, and they have been much better about that in this game.
Third down and short. Under center with it is Bryson Luter. Tight formation here for Army. Luter brings a man in motion. The handoff right up the middle, and that should be enough for a first down, and it will be. I believe that was Stratton Fuller with the carry on that play. Trying to get a number down there for Army with it. 32. Stroman Bridges, my apologies. Stroman with the carry. He gets a first down for Army, and they're now inside the 20, mark it at the 17-yard line. Red zone opportunity for the Black Knights for the second time this afternoon.
The Badger defense has done a much better job this series to slow them down and make the Army take chances.
Two receivers left side, single receiver right. For the quarterback, Bryson Luter. Luter sends a man in motion. It's going to be a run right up the gut. Badgers corral nicely. Some of the best run defense Snow's had in the early portion of this game. A game of 2 from Stroman Bridges. In on the tackle for the Badgers, you had Brett King in there, along with Malo. Second down and 8.
That's exactly what I was talking about. The Badgers have been able to fight that run game a lot better in this series and force the Black Knights to try a bunch of more different plays that they didn't have to in that first series. Second down and 8, tight formation here for Army. As Badgers show 4 at the line of scrimmage. Still a shotgun for Luter. Luter goes with the snap. Pass play. Luter throws it. It's low, complete, and the Badgers there to clean it up in a hurry. Another excellent open field tackle from Snow College. I want to say that's 26. Alexis Silvarez coming up and making the hit. Minimal gain, so a gain of, well, they'll give him 2. So third down and 6 for the Army offense. First time I believe we've seen Army throw the football in this opening half. I think you're right. They have been running it almost exclusively. Maybe a couple of pitches, but that was the first real forward pass. Forward pass, yes.
Single receiver far side, all alone for Luter. Brings that man in motion. It's going to be a give to the outside, trying to string it out are the Badgers, and they do a great job. Only a gain of a yard on the play. That's B.J. Aline who took the jet sweep to the far side. Snow had a number of guys stringing that out. Number 21, Martin Alessandro, was one of them to get the stop for the Badgers. Fourth down and 4.
And you got to wonder if this is 2 down territory for the Black Knights or if they just go for a field goal here. But I believe it looks like they are going for it on fourth down.
So fourth down and 4. This would be a massive stop for Snow College. And you talk about how quickly Army marched the first drive. This has been a long drive. 6:40 to go before halftime. Army has possessed the ball the entire second quarter. Luter on 4th and 4 takes the snap. Back to pass. Now becomes a runner going forward. The Badgers trip him up, and he is not going to get there. It's a turnover on downs, and the Badger defense A lot of bending, no braking. Snow takes over on downs, heading the other way.
And this is what I love about this being an Army JV game. The stadium is almost empty here, folks, so we can hear the teams way up here in the broadcast booth. And that Badgers sideline went crazy right there. That's something you don't really get to hear a lot of when we're back home on at Terry Foote Stadium.
So a big stop for the Badgers there. That drive was nearly going back to the opening quarter, over a 10-minute drive for Army, and it results in 0 points.
And that's
backbreaker.
That's exactly what you want if you're the Badgers. And here you want to score before halftime, but really take your time with it as well. It's a 6-minute drill.
Yeah, Army does get the football to start the second half, so keep that in mind. As Jack Thoe back in at quarterback, single back at his hip is Rigtrup. One receiver, to either side. They're going to run it with Seth. Seth left side, and Army does a nice job corralling on Rigtrup there. An excellent hit by Harrison Mass, the freshman corner, coming over to help with Rigtrup. Seth gets a yard. Will bring up 2nd down and 9.
Army has done a fantastic job locking down that inside run, that run right up the gut. Really, the most success the Badgers have had is when they throw it outside or on those jet sweeps to the outside.
Single receiver to either side for Jack Thoe. Thoe takes the snap. It's going to be a give Rigtrup. Stutter step. Finds that hole. Gets there. Second level Rigtrup. 20, 25, and he's out of bounds for another Douglas Dentistry first down. Seth Rigtrup having himself a first half out here at West Point.
At the end of the first quarter, he had 58 total yards. And with that right there, I believe he is up over 70 right now.
Badger offense goes no huddle again, or a quick huddle, should say. One receiver to each side with 2 tight ends. Rigtrup at the hip of Jack Thoe. 5:37 to go before halftime. New play call comes in for the sideline for Jack. As the Badgers look to get reset here. Army showing an aggressive front. 5 guys at the line of scrimmage defensively. Snap to Thoe, play action. Jack back to pass, is going to load up, launches it, has a man over the middle. It's Dubois, and he just gets slightly cut off. No, great job in the defensive secondary for Army. That's number 11, David Thom Rogers, the freshman safety from Montclair, New Jersey. Just cut him off. Didn't get physical with him in any way, but just kind of changed the trajectory, that Freddie DeBow went, and so that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
You could not have asked for better pass coverage there from your defensive backs.
Split back set here for Thoe. One receiver to either side. Jack takes the snap. It's over his head. Jack picks it up and just sidearms it out of bounds. That was an issue against Tyler, was the bad snaps, and we've had our first one. I thought I saw a lot of movement from Snow before the snap. I thought one of the guards or tackles maybe pulled a second early. It was not called, and maybe that threw Jack off a little bit with the timing of the snap. So either way, 3rd down and 10 for the Badgers. Boy, would this be a gift for Army to get off the field after Snow's only had possession for maybe a minute.
That's exactly what I was thinking. The Badgers really, really need to convert here.
3rd down and 10 for Jack Thoe and the offense. They go trips to the left side, single receiver near side for Jack with a single back. Jack goes hard count. Now gets a new call in from the sideline. Thoe in gun, takes the snap. 3rd down and 10, back to pass, pocket holding. Jack throws a dart over the middle. It's high, and it's caught. Mikhail Paiva somehow hung on to that. Out past the 35 to the 37, and it's a first down for the Badgers. Mikhail Paiva with a big catch. Jack Thoe standing in the pocket with pressure bearing down, delivered a dart. And somehow Paiva came down with it despite being sandwiched between 2 defenders.
Just incredible work there by Thoe, being able to keep his composure, and be able to find Mikhail downfield, get the first down.
Trips to the left, single receiver near side for the Badgers, single back at the hip of Jack Thoe. Thoe takes the snap, play fake, sidearms it, complete to the receiver outside. It's Paiva. Makes the first guy miss and then gets hit right at the first down marker. Mikhail Paiva getting cooking here before halftime. Picks up another 10 yards and a first down. Douglas Dentistry getting their money's worth in this first half, and we're now at 4:16 to go before halftime.
And that's exactly what you want. Get that first down, but just enough for the first down. Keep the clock running, keep it going, and keep moving downfield.
Badgers get that 1st and 10. 2 receivers near side, 1 left for Jack Thoe. Thoe takes the snap. It's a handoff. Rigtrup. Seth follows that lead blocker. Falls forward. A good gain on first down for Rigtrup as he's officially into Army territory past the 46 to the 46-yard line of the Black Knights, 2nd down and 5.
You know, and this is something that I really love about Jack Thoe, and it's something I heard a few years ago. When you're a quarterback, you don't throw passes, you throw touchdowns. Every time that Jack has passed it today, he has thrown it with the intent of it being a touchdown, not just for a first down.
2 receivers near side, single left for Thoe, single back set for Jack. Takes the snap. It's another give to Seth. Richtrup brought down for a loss one of the few times tonight. That was an excellent, excellent play. Number 59, that's Xavier Ryan, the freshman outside linebacker from Warner Robins, Georgia. Gets the TFL for the Black Knights. Will bring up 3rd down and 7 now after it was 2nd and 6. Badgers go quickly here. Trips left, single receiver near side. A guy coming on late for Army. And they're going to have to burn a timeout here. Yeah, that's you had a guy running on late, and I don't think he needed to. So Army will take the timeout. It's our first Central Valley Medical Center timeout of this first half with 2:59 to go. It's number 9, Snow College 16, Army JV 6 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centracom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
We're 2:59 to go before halftime. Badgers driving, trying to extend this lead 16-6 for Snow College. They go split back set, bring a man in motion from the far to near side. High snap at Jack Koralczyk, hands off to Richtrup. Seth tries to get to that outside, tripped up again, stays on his feet, still going. Seth Richtrup down the sideline and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Tough running from Seth Richtrup as he picks up another Douglas Dentistry first down. When you think Seth's down and out, the legs just keep churning and the first downs keep coming for the Badger offense.
He is having an incredible game so far. 77 yards total rushing for him so far and 1 touchdown. Really, Seth Richtrup, a bright spot on this Badger team.
First down and 10 for the Badgers. 2 receivers left side, split back set for Jack Thoe. Brings a man in motion. Jack takes the snap. It's a handoff now to Tapusoa. Tapusoa with a stutter step, and he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a yard for Lamana Tapusoa. Brings up 2nd down and 9 as we're approaching the 2-minute timeout.
I'm going to take this moment to give a huge shout-out to our sports information director, Drayson Ball. He is back home in Ephraim watching this broadcast live and statting it using this broadcast, and he's done an incredible job. He is keeping it up to date and has been communicating with us here. And just huge shout-out to you, Drayson.
2-minute timeout. It's number 9, Snow College 16, Army JV 6 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centracom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
My name is Jared Livingston. I grew up in Sanpete County, Utah. I remember going down to the feed company back in the little offices there, got my first loan through Utah Heritage Credit Union, and ever since then fell in love with the personal atmosphere that you get with a local credit union. Been there ever since I was a little kid to today, whether we're dealing with an auto loan or just cashing a check, they're right there every time we need them.
That was the 2-minute timeout, and it is brought to you by Central Valley Medical Center. From orthopedics to pediatrics, CVMC.
I've got to give one more huge shout out to Gary Chittister, who was the voice of the Badgers for the last few years, his second stint as voice of the Badgers, and was the director of broadcasting before myself. He is tuned in today. Thank you so much, Gary. We sure miss you around Snow College.
A legend in the snow.
Absolute legend.
In the world of Snow College, anything, let alone sports. Handoff up the middle, Matt Wilson stuffed immediately again. So the Army defense starting to really shape up here. That's number 88, Donovan Poe from Long Beach, California, with the stop. And now Army elects to take their second timeout of the half. The minute 55 to go. It is a Central Valley Medical Center timeout. Number 9, Snow College 16, Army JV 6 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
All right, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
And we welcome you back here to Snow College as
we're not at Snow College.
we had a blip there with the thing. Now we're good. Welcome you back to West Point as it's Snow College leading 16-6 over the Army JV squad. We're got a 3rd and 9 for the Badgers. Big third down here. It would be big for Army's defense to get off the field. As Jack Tho's in the gun, trips to the right side, single receiver far side, Matt Wilson at the hip of Tho. Jack takes the snap, pump fakes with it, throws the screen out to Wilson. Matt's got a block, heads for the sideline. He's not going to get the first down, but this certainly makes it a much more manageable third down. We've called this guy's name a lot tonight. Harrison Mass, the freshman corner out of Cypress, Texas, has had an amazing first half. Is the return man as well for this Army JV squad. So now the Badgers, they got 5, so 4th down and 4. It was 3rd and 9. And the offense does intend to remain out on the field. They're going to go no huddle here. Quickly, as Army still trying to get some stuff set defensively. Jack in shotgun. Gets a new call from the sideline. It's a split back set with 2 receivers near side for Tho and a single tight end on the left side. Badgers getting that new call in. Game clock down to a minute 6. Play clock is still at 30. Badgers have plenty of time to get that new play call in, and they're just going to bring a whole different group in as Villa checks in. Badgers will now go trips to the right. Army now wanting to make a sub. Play clock's at 18 seconds. This is kind of fascinating as Snow's trying to figure out what they want to do here on 4th down. And if you're Coach Erikson, are you just letting this – I think he's letting this wind as far as he can and then is going to take a timeout. So should the Badgers not convert, Army has even less time. And I believe that's is what's going to happen here.
I think that's exactly why we saw Army burn 2 timeouts so quick. They wanted to leave themselves as much time as possible on the clock. They will get the ball back to start the second half, but they want to have as much time left. And Coach Erikson knows that. He's trying to burn as much as he can.
So the game clock's now at 37. I didn't see an official ruling from the official here if there was a timeout called or not.
The official is standing next to Coach Erikson on the sideline. They are discussing something.
No sign from the white hat whether a timeout was used or not. Snow still shows Snow has 3 timeouts. Oh, they moved the clock back to a minute 20.
Okay.
Interesting.
And gave them 25 seconds on the play clock.
So we're now down to 10 on the clock. And I think Snow did just want to run this down and then take a timeout as Coach Erikson looks with 4, 3, 2, and sure enough, he will take the timeout. So the Badgers with 58 seconds remaining, or maybe they're going to leave it at 56 here. Badgers do take a timeout, so there was a clock issue. We got that fixed. Timeout called by the Badgers. It'll be 4th down coming up next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Welcome back on in. 56 seconds remaining before halftime. It's 4th down for the Snow College offense, and they will remain out there. 4th down and 4. Army would love a stop before halftime. Badgers would love to put one on the board. Army gets the football to start half number 2. Snow breaks the huddle. They go with a single receiver to each side. Jack is under center despite the split backs. And now Jack backs up into that shotgun pose. Play clock is still at 22. Jack takes the snap. It's an option read. Jack tries to turn the corner, and he will not do so. Taken down on the outside, number 34. That's Victor Afolabi, the freshman linebacker from South Chesterfield, Virginia, with a big TFL on 4th down. Read that like a book. And big stop from Army's JV.
Fantastic job by Army getting in there, blowing up that play, putting Jack under pressure. Really, he had no chance there in that play.
Badgers try to go read option, and it did not work to their favor. So now Army's got 51 seconds. They only have 1 timeout. Badgers have 2. So you got to go nearly 60 yards in 51 seconds. The way Army's played, I don't know how possible that is, but we'll see given their style of play here. As Luton takes the snap, back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, looks to evade the sack, runs forward. Badgers corral well, though. A gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Jaden Wright was in on the tackle for Snow College. As Army goes no huddle here, and this is literally the definition of no huddle. Now at 36 seconds, Luton gets back to the line in shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Luton takes the snap, back to pass. Looks to evade, now rolls to his left, loads up, launches it. There's a man there, and it falls through his hands. Incomplete. A Badger in coverage was Alexis Silvarez, as he was thinking, I'm taking this to the house if I'm getting a hold of this football.
Yeah, if he had intercepted that, there was nobody there. That was so close to an interception. Army has to be talking about that right now.
So 3rd down and 5 from the 43 with 22 seconds left for the Army offense. If you don't get this here, I'm thinking you punt and hope Snow doesn't have anything miraculous happen in the last 20 seconds here.
Yeah.
2 receivers to either side for Luton. Claps the hands, takes the snap. Pocket holds well for Luton. Now dancing around, loses his footing. Now heads out to the left side. Luton takes off, evades the tackle, and scampers out of bounds at the 45-46-yard line, where it will be not enough for a first down. He's just a yard shy. Needed to get to the 48. Gets out at the 47. 4th down and 1. Did stop the clock at 11 seconds by getting out of bounds. And now Snow's going to take a timeout. They want to talk things over. So we will take one as well with 11 seconds to go before halftime. It's number 9, Snow 16, Army JV 6 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and Snow TV.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, Your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Sanpete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
11 seconds to go before halftime. 4th down, the Army offense stays out there. What a first half for Bryson Luter, as he's got trips to the right side, single left. Badgers show blitz. They'll bring it. Luter, pocket collapses, now rolls out to his left. Luter is just going to fire it. Has a man there who gets under the football. Are they going to rule this a catch? They are, out at the 41 of Snow with 4 seconds remaining. Army has one timeout they can use here, and I feel like they're going to have to use it, and they will. So Army calls timeout with 3 seconds. They get the first down. What a run to the outside by Bryson Luter. And I'm trying to get the number who came up with that ball, Joe. Was that 88?
It was 88.
Number 88 coming up with that for the Army JV. That is listed as Jaquil Kendricks, the freshman from Los Angeles, California. Does a textbook job of getting his arms under the football. Officials make that signal, right, when a catch is made.
That's exactly what he did.
And that's exactly what he did to secure it here. So now they put a couple seconds back, 5 seconds on the clock. You've got one play here, likely a shot at the end zone. Luton hasn't really thrown the ball super far downfield yet. Not sure what Luter's arm strength is looking like here for this final play. That's going to be the question.
That is really going to be the question. The big plays that we have seen Army was not Luter with his arm. It was Luter on his feet. You got to wonder if it's just going to be a quarterback keep and they trust their line to open up something for him right down the gut. It's going to be interesting to see what the Black Knights go with here in their last play of the first half.
Oh, on top of that, if you're Snow College, you haven't had to worry about anyone deep in this game yet. You've been playing so close to the line of scrimmage. But Snow does go into prevent defense here. Final play of the half, barring a penalty, would be a huge score for Army JV. Luter back to pass. Pressure comes immediately. Luter rolls out to his right, just launches it. There's no one there but 4 Badgers, and then it's batted to the ground. Snow colliding with themselves. Probably would have had the INT, maybe a chance for a run back, but that is how half number 1 ends. Snow College halftime show coming up next. It is your number 9 Snow College Badgers 16, Army JV Black Knights 6, right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV. We will take a break and be back with your halftime next.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style check-in account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bringing color to the world. Open a new check-in account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Sanpete Steel & Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel & Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026. Or go to sanpetesteel.com.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
I'm J.L. Larson.
And I'm Sarah Larson.
And we're the owners and operators of Freedom Ford in Gunnison, Utah. We've been in business now for 38 years. Of those 38 years, we've done business with Utah Heritage Credit Union for over 20 of them. Even our kids have savings accounts there.
Utah Heritage is a great staple to Sanpete County. Homegrown credit union here that has helped, I believe, thousands of families throughout the valleys.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments on time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School? I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
We welcome you on into our halftime show, brought to you by Snow College. There's something for everyone at Snow College. Dive into the action. Make unforgettable memories today. I know some students just getting out of Professor Wilkinson's nutrition class, so hope they enjoyed that today. That's the funny thing about playing a Monday matinee the way we're doing it today. A lot of classes still going on during a Badger game, which is always funny to think about. I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast as well, Centricom, Channel 10, Utah Heritage Credit Union, CO Building Systems, Risk Managers Insurance, Cache Valley Bank, Snow College, Mountain America Credit Union, IHC, Sanpete Valley Hospital, Sanpete Steel, Central Valley Medical Center, and Douglas Dentistry. Our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard, it's number 9, Snow College 16, Army JV 6 here in beautiful Michie Stadium at West Point. As gorgeous, we're living in Utah, Joe. There's not a bad view at any football stadium across the state. This is pretty darn cool, though, with where we're at right now, and certainly on the bucket list of places you want to go to watch a football game. Appreciate you joining us through the entire broadcast. Stick with us for our post-game show where we'll give away our Sanpete Steel Man of the Game. Sanpete Steel, done right and on time. Winner gets a Sanpete Steel hoodie. And, Joe, if there was one time I'd ever want to win this award as a player, it would be this game. Because you can go home, you can show up at home and say, these are my awards from Army. You're a regular Buster Bluth out there.
You really are.
If you're able to win the Steel Man of the Game. So we'll continue to think of names that we'll throw out in our post-game show. Joe, big again shout-out to Drayson Ball, our sports information director, who's doing stats remotely from Ephraim. What you pointed out during the break, some numbers that were really fascinating to you.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just going to go through a couple of stats and then break them down for you a little bit more right here. Number 1, first downs, Snow with 15 to Army's 9. Rushing attempts, Snow with 25 to Army's 23. Rushing yards, 136 for Snow, 133 for Army. Only a 3-yard difference on the ground. That is a 5.4 yard average for Snow and a 5.8 average for Army. Snow has thrown the ball successfully 7 times. They have thrown 7 times for a total of, where did I see that here? 69 yards, 7 for 69. Army has thrown it twice successfully for 7 yards. And really, that is the difference here. Snow has just dominated in the passing game. If you can call 7 successful passes domination, both teams really favoring that run game today. Time of possession. Snow has had it for 15 minutes and 7 seconds. Army with 14 minutes and 53 seconds. Third downs. Snow is 5 for 7. Army is 4 for 6. Penalties, only 3 penalties total in the game so far. Yeah. And both teams have gone 1 for 2 on 4th downs. Really, these teams are so well matched. They have been playing very closely to each other. The defense has been incredible. Neither team giving much inside. Really, the only success has come when the offense is able to get the ball to the outside, whether that's a run, whether that is a quick pass to the outside, and give him room to run.
Army's had a lot of success on the pitches as well, which that's what Army does, right?
That's
there's not any
Army
kind of a
does.
surprise to that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Really, it has been a great game so far. We mentioned this earlier. If you're looking at this score, yes, it is 16-6. That is a weird score. Back in the first quarter, there were no scores in the second quarter.
Yeah.
In the first quarter, Snow in their first series came out, scored a touchdown, and then went for the 2-point conversion and got it. Army got the ball on their next drive. They scored a touchdown, went for a 2-point conversion, and Snow was able to stop that. And Snow, on their next drive, able to get into the end zone once more and another 2-point conversion. That's how we got to where you are. No score in the second quarter. Going into the third quarter, here we're about halfway through halftime.
Looking as well for the Badgers, a guy that's really stepped up in this game. Seth Ricktrup's been a lot of fun to watch for the Badgers. 13 carries, 85 yards, 2 scores, including a 31-yard scamper for Seth. So, and you mentioned the Badger run game just doing things there. Mikael Paiva also doing a fantastic job in the receiving game, 3 for 33. Interesting to see what kind of chest mass adjustments are going to be made, Joe. Both teams' defense was much better in the second quarter than it was in the opening period of things. Badgers, again, came out, really established that run well, and it just had a drive stall out. They were into Army territory on all 3 possessions. And for Army, they got deep into Badger. That fourth down stop from Snow College in the end of the – or early in the – or I shouldn't even say early. Ended up being midway through the second quarter.
Yes.
That fourth down stop when Army had 4th and short from about the 14. They needed to get to the 10. Badgers got a big stop there. That might be something we're talking about significantly in our postgame show.
Very much so. And another point that I really want to make here, the quarterback game has been incredible from both sides. You see Jack Tho, he has rushed 4 times for 26 yards and has done incredibly well. You look on the other side, Luter. He is their leading rusher, ran the ball 10 times for 75 yards, has not been tackled behind the line a single time as Luter. He has been so incredible, and if we were giving out a player of the game for Army today, I would definitely be taking a look at him.
He's been fantastic, and this is such a good opportunity for this Army. This is an FBS program, right? This is their JV. This is their freshmen and sophomores. This is they play in the American Conference. They beat Kansas State in the Big 12 just a couple weeks ago, or 10 days ago or so. And for them to have these guys get these kind of live reps and experiences against a bunch of other guys that are also going to go play at the Division I level on Snow's side, certainly a valuable thing on that front. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll give you some keys to the second half. It's number 9 Snow College 16 and Army JV 6 on your Snow College halftime show right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Hey, what does the Dentist of the Year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
We are all part of a team. Whether you are the quiet hero or the newest recruit, the steady anchor or the moral support, your team needs you. At Intermountain Health, Sanpete Valley Hospital, we want to be part of your team. Partner with us on your health and continue to be a game changer for your teammates.
My art is an expression of my identity. As an artist, my identity is everything. Every stroke I make depicts my purpose and every signature brings my dreams to life. I am La Morena. With my style check-in account from Mountain America Credit Union, I can create with confidence, knowing I have built-in identity protection. This premium future lets me stay focused and bringing color to the world. Open a new check-in account today. Make my style your lifestyle.
We wrap up our Snow College halftime show. About 2 minutes to go until our second half kick. Some keys to the game, to the second half, rather, from none other than Mr. Joseph Williams. What do you have for us, Joe?
Keys to the game, if you are the Snow College Badgers, first of all, you've got to figure out how to keep Luter from killing you on the run. He has been explosive. He has been so good no matter where he is on the field. He has had great field vision. He's only thrown it twice, but has been very effective in the throwing game and even more effective on his feet when he's able to tuck it and run. You've got to figure out a way to shut him down to keep him from hurting you. He has not been tackled for a loss a single time. He has 75 total yards and has done incredibly well, averaging over 7 yards a carry. That is going to be a big key for Snow to keep this lead going, lock down Luter. If you are the Army Black Knights, you've got to focus on you've done an incredible job locking down the inside run for the Badgers. They've been controlling the line very, very well. They've been able to put pressure on Tho without really giving up any sort of run game on the inside. But those passes out to the outside, those quick passes, those jet sweep type runs, they have been very effective for the Badgers. Army needs to figure out a way to stop those and keep the Badgers out of the end zone. More than that, they've got to figure out, if the Badgers do get in the end zone, how to keep them from scoring that 2-point conversion, because the Badgers have gone 2 for 2 in those.
And as part of that, each team's, Snow's got a quote unquote, they've scored one more time. But because of the 2-point conversion discrepancy, it's a 2-score game, and that should be a really interesting thing to see here in the second half. Again, Badgers have a 16-6 lead. No punts in the first half. It was all going for it on fourth down, or the half ended for Army's last possession. But the Black Knights will receive the football to start the second half, and the Badger defense will have a great test coming out. Interesting to see which adjustments will rule the day here in this third quarter, as it will be Snow College kicking off, and for Army receiving this second half kickoff. Back deep for the Black Knights to receive. Again, talked about this guy's name all night, afternoon into the evening. Harrison Mass has been really good at corner. He's a pretty good return man as well. And then they've got Devin Moss, a sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama, back there as well, deep to receive. And kicking off for the Badgers will be Joseph Brandt. Again, Brandt's last kickoff went out of bounds, so keep an eye on that here as we start half number 2. Badgers with a 10-point lead. We'll send this deep and high. This an opportunity for a return at about the 7-yard line. It is Harrison Mass. Mass looks to head to the outside, cuts back upfield, spins into a defender, keeps the pile pushing, though, and will get out to the 30-yard line. A great return again from the freshman out of Cypress, Texas, Harrison Mass, making a big play. And now good field position for Army as they'll start at their own 30.
And you've got to wonder what adjustments Army is going to make on offense if they are deciding to take it out of Luter's hands a little bit more, because they know that the Badgers are going to be focused on him so much in this second half.
So we've got a 1st and 10, tight formation, but with 2 receivers, one set to either side for the Black Knights. Luter under center, brings that man in motion. It's going to be a pitch to the outside. Badgers convene on it well. It's going to be a minimal gain, maybe 3-4 yards. At the end of the day, they'll give him 3. Guy to carry that, number 14 for West Point. That's Chase Knox, the sophomore out of Wilmington, Delaware. Chase, the 2nd leading rusher in this game. Badgers do a nice job. TJ Hudson, who had a massive tackle in the first quarter for the Badgers, gets the stop from his free safety spot. 2nd down and 7, a gain of 3 for the Black Knights. Luter again under center, tight formation again. The dives and the different pitches and everything like that, so fun to watch in person with this Army offense. Man goes in motion. It is a toss to the outside. Badgers string it out extremely well, and once again it's Hudson making the hit. A gain of a yard to the outside to Knox. So now 3rd down and 5. Badger defense did a much better job on that pitch.
Incredible job. I think they just kind of remembered, oh yeah, they can do that in this triple option offense.
They're actually going to say no gain. They move the stick forward and then back. So 3rd down and 6 now for the Army offense. As the Badgers defense looking to get off the field. This will be a quick 3 and out if Snow's able to hold Army here.
First 3 and out of the day for either team.
Luter under center. He's going to take it himself, right side, and not going to get there. Not going to get there. He's 1.5 yards, 2 yards shy. The Badgers convene. Jaden Wright in on the play along with number 49. That's Court Moon coming up with the stop for Snow on defense. 4th down now, and Army still staying out there offensively, not showing any signs that the punt team might be coming out.
I like that decision. We have not seen a single punt so far in the game, but you're down 2 scores. You only have 2 yards and you're near midfield. I think this is the right decision to make if you're Army.
So 4th down and 2 as Luter gets back to the line of scrimmage, or under center. Badgers not showing a ton at the line of scrimmage here. Man goes in motion. Luter hands it off straight ahead. It's a 1st down and then some. Breaking tackles to the 45, 40, 35, still going at the 30-yard line. Pile pushes down to the 27. What a massive run from Godspower. Noah Hine with the carry. What a take and run from the freshman. My goodness. While we, with legs churning, dragging Badger defenders, and suddenly Army's in business.
He had 3 defenders on him. It took his own guys getting in that and kind of knocking it off balance for him to be taken down. What an incredible, incredible play.
Takes it down to the 28-yard line of Snow College. A phenomenal run for Niwawe. 1st down and 10. Single receiver far side here for Luter. Takes the snap, gives it up the middle. Badgers convene. And Awiwe again with the carry. Gains maybe 5 on 1st down and 10.
The Badgers have been so focused on Luter, and he has not kept the ball a single time in this second half. Really, they've got to remember what they did well in that first half and combine it with shutting down Luter in the second half if they want to stay in this game.
2nd down and 5, a gain of 5 for the Army offense. 1 receiver to either side for Luter. Badgers show a 4-man front here. Luter awaits the snap. Sends that man in motion. It's going to be a dive up the middle. Badgers convene nicely on this one. Army's guys just their backs do such a good job keeping the legs moving. Though Stroman Bridges gets, I believe they're going to give him the 1st down. They do say move the chains. It's a 1st down for Army out to the 18-yard line.
That is a really impressive job that the Army is doing, just keeping those things going right up the gut. The Badgers really need to lock down that defensive line.
So a single receiver again to either side. Army keeping it somewhat spread out there. Luter under center. 10:18 to go in the third. Army's already knocked 5 seconds off this quarter. A flag flies. The pitch goes to the outside. A lot of room inside the 10, the 5, the blocking's there, and in for 6 is the freshman Jaden Walker out of McKinney, Texas. We'll see what this penalty marker is, as Army sending a bunch of guys out, or they say the touchdown's good.
It was an offside call against the Badgers. One of their linemen jumped very early and caused it. So, of course, Army gonna decline that and take the touchdown instead.
And they're lining up very similar to what Snow College does on this weird 2-point kicking situation with what they decide to do here. Now they line up in the traditional PAT. I think that's the smart call. Go for the 1 point, make it a field goal game. Snap's good, hold good, kick on its way, and it is through. So with 10 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's number 9, Snow College 16, Army JV 13 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
Doesn't that sound relaxing? At Risk Managers, we want to help you always feel that relaxed. So when you hear this, or this, or this, you know that you're protected. Peace of mind insurance solutions for individuals and businesses, so that you can always sit back and enjoy your drink.
Welcome back on in. Army opens up the second half with a near 5-minute drive, and it results in 6. Badgers had them nearly stopped on a 4th down. Army converted, and then eventually marched down and scored. So now the Badger offense will have an opportunity here to start the second half. Try to keep this lead ahead for Snow College as the kick is on its way. And Badgers with a chance to field this at the 1-yard line, and they'll do so. Run it out past the 10. Far side to the 20. Stutter step, stays on his feet into the 25-yard line. A flag comes in at the very end of the play. And it will be first down either way for the Badgers. But given they had this issue on the opening kickoff, Joe.
They did.
With a hold.
We'll see what the White Hat has to say about this.
Conversations being had over on the sideline. Yeah, is this good? I don't think this is going to be a re-kick situation. Is there a player injured? Officials having a conversation with multiple guys here. Or is there so 2 penalties? So they offset, which means we got a re-kick. So that's where the conversation's headed. So Army has to re-kick this because there was a penalty on both sides, so you just redo the play. So Snow will get another chance at a return.
The officials explaining that to Coach Erikson on the sideline. He does not look too mad about it, but I don't think he is impressed with it either.
So that does officially take the 7 seconds off, as we're at 16-13, our score again. And we'll have a re-kick here now from the Army Special Teams unit.
They are drawing up a play down here on the Army sideline.
Snow's ready to go. They got their guys out there. As this Army Special Teams unit once again taking a minute to get out.
Got to give another incredible shout out just to this campus. This is one of the most
phenomenal,
one of the most beautiful places that I have ever not only called a game in, but seen.
Yeah,
this is just incredible.
Something everyone should come check out.
Yeah, this has to be a bucket list item.
So Army will kick this off again. As when you get those canceling penalties, which we didn't see a ton of that for as many penalties as was in the Tyler game a week ago. We didn't see both teams getting called for one at the same time. First time it's happened here this afternoon.
4th and 5th overall penalties in the game, and that is 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
Approaching here from the 35. And we're hoping for not a double penalty here as Dubois is back to return it at the 5 for the Badgers. Gets a full head of steam, 20. 25 heads to the sideline, tripped up at the 25. Badgers will have 1st and 10.
And that worked in Army's favor. He got to the 30-yard line in that first kickoff and gets to the 25 in that one. We'll see what the Badgers have cooked up here. They've been running a very high-tempo, high-powered offense, and we'll see if they still favor the run game or if they're going to go to more of those quick passes to the outside that we saw in the first quarter.
Interested to see how much Seth Rigtrip continues to be involved. He had such a good first half for the Badger offense. Snow's going to go with an empty set, though, to start their first possession of the second half. 9:56 to go in the third. Badgers still with a 3-point lead. Tho brings a man in motion, takes the snap. Back to pass. Jack gets rid of it. Open receivers. Paiva makes the catch at the 30. Scampers out at about the 34-yard line as Paiva slams right into the drink stand there for the Army on the sideline. But a good catch and run from Paiva, and they're going to give him the first down. That's good for another Douglas Dentistry first down. Douglas Dentistry with in-house financing. Show off that smile at 258-9001. So Badgers move the sticks again. 1st and 10. As they've got a sub coming off late here in Stephon Sellers. He does get to the sideline. Jack now goes with a split back set. 2 receivers over on that far side. Tho takes the snap, handoff Seth. Seth bounces off tackle, looks to get to the outside. 35, steps out of bounds at the 40. A good run on 1st and 10 for Seth Rigtrip as they're going to mark it right at the 40-yard line. Gain of 5 for the Badgers. 2nd down and 5 coming up.
Great opening to this series from the Badgers. Their first possession in the third quarter. They can't be mad at those first 2 plays.
Trips to the right side for Jack Tho with a single tight end to the left. Single back is Rigtrip. Jack gets a new play call in from the sideline. Army showing an aggressive front here. Now have a couple guys back off. With 8:51 to go, again here in the third period. Rigtrip now goes from left hip to right hip for Jack. Tho on 2nd and 5 takes the snap, play action, gets rid of it, screen to the outside. It's complete to Kazan Villa, and it's Villa with a nice catch and run. Going to be just shy of the first down. He gains 4. We'll bring up, was that Villa or was it Paiva?
That was Paiva.
I believe it was Paiva with it. So now 3rd down and short. So it's hard to see the difference. He and Villa are so built so similarly.
They
and
are.
The 3 versus the 5, especially with how high up we are, maybe a little bit more difficult to see. 3rd down and short, though, for the Badger offense. Big 3rd down here. Got to have this if you're the Snow offense. Tho in the gun, takes it, gives to Rigtrip. Seth's got the first down before being upended. He moves the sticks. Excellent open field. There was no one back there. If that tackle is not made by David Thom Rogers, Seth might be looking at his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon.
Exactly, but also you can't be too mad at that if you're Snow. You get the first down, you keep the clock running, and you keep your lead up high.
Single receiver to either side for Tho. Jack takes it, give to Seth. Rigtrip, stutter steps, follows that lead block, gets another good amount on 1st down. A gain of 5 from Seth Rigtrip as he keeps the legs churning. They're actually going to, see, can't decide if they're giving him 5 or 4 here. And we've got an injured Badger on the play.
They're going to spot it at the 50, so 4-yard gain.
And fortunate for the Snow offense that was starting to get in another good rhythm. I believe that's Miley Fonua, the center, having a tough time getting up.
Miley Fonua, really one of the nicest guys that you will ever meet. I walked down to breakfast at the hotel this morning, and one of the first faces that met me was a smiling Miley right down there. Incredible guy.
And I like him a lot, not just because he's taken my wife's class and is a good student, but Miley he's one of the friendliest guys you can meet. And, taking a minute to get up. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West. Specializing in structural steel fabrication and assembly, Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hales Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main Street. Call today at 800-261-1026. That's 800-261-1026, or go to sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back on in. Good to see Miley get on his feet and off to the sideline where he's currently being checked out. So the snap goes to Jack on 2nd and 6 and just overthrows Rigtrup coming out of the flat. Brings up 3rd down and 6 now. Well defended by Army out in coverage for the Black Knights, number 28. That was Brian Barton, the freshman from Mansfield, Texas, doing a good job in coverage.
They were also able to get into the pocket and put a bit more pressure on Jack, making him throw it a bit awkwardly to Rigtrup.
3rd down and 6 now for this Badger offense, hoping to stay out on the field. Again, that's kind of the thing where Army has scored in bunches. Badgers want to keep it out of their hands. Trips to the left, bring that man in motion. It's Paiva. Though, 3rd down and 6, pocket holds well. Jack throws a dart over the middle. It's complete. 1st down and then some to Kazan Villa as he moves the stick. Or excuse me, that was not Kazan. Good catch, number 81, C.J. Rabb III. My apologies. C.J. with a nice snag. That moves the sticks into Army territory for a Badger and Douglas Dentistry 1st down. Now to the 35. Big chain mover for Snow.
Very much so. The Badgers able to march it down, take time off the clock, and get close to the red zone.
Split set for Jack. Takes the snap. Handoff. Lapusoa, who just gets blown up by a number of Golden Knights. It's going to be a loss of 3, maybe 4. Couple of guys coming up big for Army with the stop there, including number 18. That's Devin Moss with a big hit from his D-back. For a defensive back to come up and lay that kind of hit on a fullback is an impressive hit. Loss of 5 on the play for the Badgers. 2nd down and 15 now coming up.
That one hurts. In the game against Tyler, the Badgers kind of had to get used to playing behind the sticks. They were getting behind on penalties and TFLs. In this game, this will be one of their very first times getting started behind the sticks.
5:50 to go here in the 3rd. Jack pumps, runs out of time with it, now throws sidearms, and the receiver looking too far downfield was trying to get that to his open guy, and I believe that was Rabb, C.J. Rabb, who just made the nice catch for the 1st down with a drop that would have made this a much more manageable 3rd down for the Snow offense. And now they face 3rd and long.
I think he was just kind of surprised at how open he was and the open field ahead of him, and he got a little excited, started to move his feet a little too soon.
Badgers offense goes with a single receiver to the far side. They're going to go with a trips to the right. Single back is Wilson with Jack Thoe. 5:44 left in the 3rd. Jack takes the snap. Pocket holds well. Jack throws a sidearm over the middle. It's caught. Paiva took a pop in the back. Still held on to the football. I don't think it's going to be enough for a 1st down. He's right near that stick. It's going to depend on where they spot him. They say he's a yard shy. So 3rd down and 15. You get 14 yards. 4th and 1 clearly and go for it territory for Snow College.
Very, very clearly go for it and on 4th down, especially with Coach Erikson making that call. We've said it before in this game. He is an aggressive play caller. He likes to go for it in situations like this.
Couple of subs coming on here. A little bit more power for the Badgers with a couple tight ends checking in. 5 minutes left here in the 3rd. Badgers will go with 2 receivers far side, a single tight end to the left with a split back set for Jack in shotgun. 4th and 1, Thoe. The give to Wilson, and he's not going to get there. The Army defense gets the stop, and it's another turnover on down. Still no punts in this game from either side. Army takes over now, only down 3 points. What a massive stop for the Black Knights.
Incredible stop by the Black Knights. They have really read Snow's inside run game so well this entire game. I say that keeping in mind very, very well that Seth Rigtrup's touchdown in that 1st quarter was an inside run that Snow was able to open up a hole for him. But overall, Army doing a great job shutting that down and getting the ball back.
Combination of David Thumb Rogers along with Jackson Weingart, names we've called a lot tonight for this Army defense. Army offense takes back over. It is not Luter in at quarterback here, a different quarterback taking the snap as the run forward. That's Blake Owen, the freshman from Cookeville, Tennessee. He keeps it and gains 7 on 1st down and 10. So a quarterback change here. Not sure what the situation is on that, but it is not Bryson Luter out there at quarterback. It is now Blake Owen. And a gain of 6, so 2nd down coming up here.
And I am not seeing Luter anywhere on the sideline either. You got to wonder what happened.
Yeah. 2nd down and 4, a gain of 6 for Owen. Now comes up to the line, goes under center. Badgers show Bit of a blitz, now a back off. Luter sends a man in motion, or Owen, excuse me, and the Badgers wrap up immediately on the handoff. The handoff was up the middle to Ian Klein, and the Badgers coming up with a massive stop right off the bat. Number 98 coming up with that. That's Hayden Magele with the stop. No gain on the play. Third down.
Met him right at the line, made sure he didn't get anywhere. And really, Snow doing a great job defending everything the Army is throwing at him so far.
Third down and 4, 3:34 to go. A massive third down for this Badger defense, where Army neither team has punted. This might be the first situation, depending on what happens here tonight on this play. 2 receivers left side, single right. The snap to Owen. It's a bad snap. Owen recovers, just throws it over the middle, and it is broken up, but a flag comes flying in. Oh, no. A flag comes flying in. Tayson Reed was getting after the quarterback, and this is in the area of a roughing the passer call.
It absolutely is, and I believe, and that is the call going against the Badgers and taking a punting situation and turning it into a first down for the Army Black Knights.
Tough pill to swallow if you're Snow College. It was a bad snap, and Owen just kind of had to chuck the football. It fell incomplete, but the roughing the passer call, I would like to know in the history of Army football how many times they've had roughing the passer called. Just simply a numbers game,
pass.
Right? They don't throw the football. So I would love to know that number at some point. Ball now at the 49 of Snow College. Army into their territory, down 3 and driving. 3:17 to go. Owen keeps it over left side, gets a good block and a good push as Owen falls forward for a gain of 8 on first down and 10. And that will make it a much more manageable second down here for the Black Knights.
You know, you and I do a lot of high school football back in Utah, and we see some of the most dominant teams in the state do not like to pass the football very much. You see Beaver in 1A, San Juan in 2A. Those are running teams. And their entire goal is we're going to have the biggest guys who know how to run their feet, and that's how they win year after year.
Second down and 2 after a gain of 8 for Owen. Again, a switch at quarterback here for the Black Knights. Owen takes the snap. It's a dive play up the middle, and it'll be a first down. Spinning out of it and getting the first down, number 37, Ian Klein, with a nice carry out of Lewisburg, West Virginia. Moves the sticks for Army. And they'll have another first down driving. Badgers, again, only up by 3 here with 2:16 to go in the third quarter. A fast-moving quarter as Army drove down and scored on their first possession. Badgers got deep into Army territory and then turned the ball over on downs. Army looking to take what potentially could be their first lead of the ball game.
Fast-moving game overall. We haven't even hit our 2-hour mark in this game. Both teams favoring that run, and when they do pass, they've passed well, so the clock has not stopped very often.
First down and 10, ball at the 34-yard line of Army. Owen. And this has been blown dead. I think the Badgers are going to take a timeout here, and they are. The defensive coordinator is not happy. Conversations being had. We'll take it on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
I thought there was only one way to do college. I knew I needed training to set me up for a great career, but I didn't have 4 years. Snow helped me discover that college doesn't have to be about sitting in classes, counting down the hours. They showed me a way to get the edge I needed, and fast. The best part was with their low-cost programs and tuition assistance, I didn't have to go into debt. I was able to earn my certificate and start working right away. Snow College. This is college.
We welcome you back here to West Point. Snow College nursing a 3-point lead right now. That timeout brought to you by Central Valley Medical Center. Having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee? Check out the new Rosa Knee robot technology at CVMC. Call 623-3200. So first down and 10 now for Army. The defensive coordinator for Snow College, Coach Wilson, not happy with what was taking place down there. Decided to call the timeout. See what adjustments Snow makes here on first down and 10. Under center, it's Owen, brings that man in motion, decides to keep it himself left side. Badgers convene extremely well. Number 97, Meke Fasutuloa, with an excellent play And the coaches have got to be happy about that coming out of the timeout.
Yes, they do. That's exactly why you call that timeout. Remind your guys that, hey, we want to win this game. You gotta shut down this incredible Army offense if you want to win.
2nd down and 9 as Owen gets the call in from the sideline. Minute 10 to go in the third. Badgers again nursing a 3-point lead against this Army squad. And let's give the Army defense some credit. Gave up 2 touchdowns on the first 2 drives.
And have not given up much of anything.
Snow's turned it over on downs twice since then. Under center with it is Owen. Takes the snap, falls forward, and a somewhat decent game, but there was a flag at the snap. I think this is going to be an offsides again against the Badgers.
It'll be the second call of that against the Badgers. Really, the Badgers have cleaned it up quite a bit since their game against Tyler, and have played a very, very good game so far today.
So yeah, another penalty against Snow College, jumping just offside as the ball was being snapped. So that's going to be a gain of 5 for the Army offense, as Snow will now face 2nd down and 4 instead of 2nd and 9, and what would have been likely 3rd down and maybe 6 to go. So after that great stop, the Badger defense with a little bit of a blunder there. 44 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. Owen sends a man in motion. It's going to be a dive up the middle and a 1st down run. Again, that's number 37, Ian Klein, who's gotten a bulk of the carries here in this 3rd quarter. Moves the sticks again. Another 1st down for this Army JV squad.
And Army has done a fantastic job controlling the ball in this 3rd quarter. I think they've had it for all but about 4 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
We got an injured player down for the Black Knights. We'll take the timeout as well right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
If you've ever ridden an ATV, you know how much fun they are. They're helpful for small jobs, too. Our credit union is your first stop for an ATV loan. Since we are member-owned and not-for-profit, it's a smart stop to make.
Utah Heritage Credit Union, your local credit union, federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back here to West Point. Glad to see the young man for this Army JV squad back up on his feet. Going to need a little bit of an assistance to the sideline. That is is that 52 or 62, Joe? Trying to get, I believe that's 52 coming off.
That is 52.
Mac O'Halloran, the sophomore from Downers Grove, Illinois. Hoping that he's okay and being able to get back out there. So, as fresh set of downs here for Army, driving to take the lead as they're knocking on the door of both the red zone and the end zone. It'll be at the 23.
I said earlier I couldn't see Luter on the sideline, but I do see him there now. He has not played for the second half of this 3rd quarter. You got to remember, this is their JV team. The point of this game is to get them as many guys, as much experience as possible.
That ends the quarter. So clock was wound after the start of play again. That takes us to the end of 3. It's number 9, Snow College 16, Army JV 13. Don't go anywhere. 4th quarter action next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10 and SnowTV.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Fourth quarter just about to get underway.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business.
Commercial continuing to play. Now we're good, I believe. Yeah, we're good. Okay, let's start this fourth quarter. Badgers with a 3-point lead. 1st and 10 for Army, knocking on the door to potentially take their first lead of the game. Owen hits the outside hard. Badgers do a good job convening, but it's still a positive gain of 3, maybe 4 yards for the quarterback, Blake Owen. Bring up 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3.
And these quarters have moved very, very quickly. Snow has to capitalize on whatever time they have left with the football if Army is able to score here.
16-13 Badgers. 14:29 to go in the red zone again for Army. Owen runs to the right side, has a great lead block, keeps the legs churning, and is going to gain 7, maybe 8 yards. It's going to be enough for a first down. First down for Army's JV as they mark it at the 12-yard line. So still an opportunity for them to pick up a fresh set inside the 2.
Army has had 15 first downs in this game. They have done very, very well moving the ball, getting the first down, and keeping the clock running.
Badgers show with a 6-man front here. Back in is Luter at quarterback. So Bryson is back in the ball game. Man goes in motion. Luter now takes it to the outside. Badgers get there immediately and shut him down. No gain on the play from Snow College. Coming up to make that play, a combination of Tayson Reed along with Michael Cates, the free safety. 2nd down and 10. So interesting the way these quarterbacks have swapped out here as it's Luter back in at quarterback with 13:19 to go in the ball game. 2nd down and 10 from the 12. Luter with a single receiver to either side. Single back, 2 wings. Luter takes the snap, dive, now pitch. Badgers snuff it out and nearly bring him down, and then do back at the 15. Initially there to make the tackle, Mario Williams Sr. with an excellent initial hit. It was then cleaned up over on the outside. Is that number 19? I'm seeing, Joe. Yeah, number 19 coming up with that. That's Kime Fengupo, who's a tight end. So I'm trying to see that number if it is 19 on that far side, because that's supposed to be the tight end Fengupo. Is that 19 or 49 on the outside?
On the outside, backer?
Maybe that was Court Moon. Either way,
that is 49.
Either way, Badgers come up with a big stop here. It's a loss of 5. 3rd down and 15 for Luter in this offense. 2 receivers to either side. Luter claps the hands, takes. Back to pass, pocket holds. Luter now escapes to his left. Fires for the end zone. A man's there. It's incomplete. There are no flags. Army really wanting pass interference, and I think they might have a case to be made as Alessandro was very physical there in the end zone. But it does fall incomplete and will bring up 4th down, and Army's going to try and tie this thing at 16 apiece now.
I think that no call comes down to pass interference can only be called on a catchable ball. I don't know that the refs deemed that a catchable ball if it was close enough to be there.
Field goal opportunity here from Army. Ball, this will officially be a 33-yard attempt for the tie. The snap's good, hold good, kick on its way, and it is through for 3. So with 11:56 to go in quarter number 4, it's number 9 Snow College 16, Army JV 16. Don't go anywhere. This is the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
Including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
We welcome you back on in. We're tied now at 16 apiece with 11:56 to go. Army JV had a terrific drive together. Snow stopped, strung together some good stops defensively, and now on our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard, a tied game at 16 apiece with 11:56 to go. Now the Snow offense that has not had much success in the second half, Joe's really got to put something together here.
Not just the second half. They haven't had much success since the first quarter. Really, they've got to get it in high gear here in order to finish this game.
Approach of the football and the boots. Dubois decides to bring it out of the end zone. Gets to the 10, cross to the 15, and going to get bottled up. So not a good decision there from the Snow special teams. And now we'll see a first down and 10. Badgers got to go 85 yards on this drive.
And they are very, very capable of that. They have done it before, and this is a very high-powered offense. It's going to be interesting to see what they favor, what kind of plays they see success on, because it has just been hot and cold on everything that they have tried throughout this entire game.
Again, tied up at 16. Jack, though, on the day, 11 of 17 for 112 yards. Paiva, 6 catches, 61 yards. Rigtrup, 16 carries, 96 yards. And a jet sweep to the outside, and Army corrals this well as a flag does come flying in here. Trying to get to the outside was number 81. That was C.J. Rabb III. He had nowhere to go, but a penalty marker did get thrown in. See if this ends up going to hurt the Badgers or benefit the Badgers. Not seeing any sign either way here from the official. As the flag was thrown right towards the end of the play, and they are going to call it on Snow College. It was a point the other way for the Badgers. And it was an illegal block in the back, so that's going to be a half the distance penalty for Snow College here.
They have declined that penalty.
So you figure you take the loss of down and the loss of a yard or two.
I think that is the right call if I'm Army.
100% agree. So they officially say right now, I believe it's no gain. Oh, no, they do march it back a couple yards. Yeah, I was going to say there was no way that was a positive gain, certainly.
Right.
And so, yeah, a loss of 3, second down. And really, yeah, you absolutely take the loss of down in this scenario.
Yeah, exactly. You lost, it would mean 3-4 more yards, if that.
But still first down.
Exactly.
So second and 12, we'll call it, for the Badger offense. They're going to go a little more spread here with 2 receivers to either side. And a single back for Jack Tho. New play call coming in from the sideline. They have not got the clock set. I think they're discussing where this ball should be placed, Joe, because it's not like a penalty. You just march it off a certain amount. As where was the guy down?
Exactly.
Or are they accepting this penalty now? Now, the way they're marching this, it's going to be an accepted penalty.
They are going to accept the penalty.
That adds up a little bit more now. So a half the distance to the goal. Badgers will have first down and, 16?
19.
19.
More like it.
Either way, it's still first down. Jack back to pass. Pressure comes in a hurry. Jack delivers. It's high and incomplete off the hands of Stephon Sellers Jr. Second down now coming up.
Jack really wanted that one, but threw it early, probably a little too hard, and Sellers had his hands on it, and I would almost rather him knock it down if he isn't going to catch it, because that was dangerously close to an interception after the fact.
Daniel Agordi came in off a corner blitz and maybe forced that throw a little bit early here. Now Jack on second down. Though steps up, has a man over the middle. It's Paiva who hauls it in at the 35-yard line. The biggest play from the passing attack today, and who else? Paiva with a Douglas Dentistry first down out past the 35. A dart from Jack Tho.
Mikel Paiva making a strong case for our St. Pete Steel steelman of the game in this game. He has been a game changer, affecting every drive, keeping them alive, and making incredible catches for very, very important first downs.
Under 11 to go here in the fourth. Jack takes the shotgun snap. It's a give rig trip. Seth follows that blocker, has some space, sheds a block at the 40, bumps off a man at the 45 to the 46. Excuse me, that's Tapusoa, Lamana Tapusoa with the carry. They give him the 10 yards, and the Badgers move the sticks again, maybe finding a little momentum.
And that's exactly what you need. You need to build some momentum here if you're the Badgers. You've got to march it down the field. You've got to get it in the end zone and force the Black Knights to score a touchdown in order to win the game.
Two receivers left side, single one right for Jack Tho with a single tailback. Jack takes the snap. It's a give to rig trip, follows that blocker, pushes forward, and Seth's going to get a gain of 3 on first down and 10. Badgers will make another substitution here.
Badgers traveled with quite a few of their players, quite a bit of their roster. Really filled up that airplane on their way here.
Second down and 7 now for the Snow offense. Under 10 to go in this ball game. Tied at 16. Second and 7 for Jack. Two receivers to the left. Single right with a single tight end. Tho under center now. Jack takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff rig trip, and Seth had nowhere to go. Coming up again on a corner blitz. That's number 37 making the play for Army, Daniel Agordi. Been important for Army on this drive. No gain for the Badgers. Third down. Well, they'll give him a yard. Third down and 6 right at midfield for the Snow College offense.
Their second third down situation, third down and a little bit longer than you're wanting it to be. Really, the Badgers need to figure out how to convert earlier in their drives.
Third and 6 for this Badger offense. Don't want to give the ball back to Army as they've had the momentum here in the second half. Have scored all 13 of the second, or all 10 of their points, of the points in the second half have been to West Point. Two receivers right side, single receiver left for Jack. Coach Erikson wants to take a timeout, running on the sideline to do so as the play clock was about to hit 0. Badgers will only have one timeout left right after this on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
We welcome you back to Michie Stadium here in West Point, New York. Snow College and Army. That timeout was brought, Army JV should say, that timeout brought to you by Central Valley Medical Center. From orthopedics to pediatrics, trust CVMC. Tied game, 16 apiece, as Snow uses their second timeout of the half. They've got a third down and 6 and a big one. At that, I saw a meme, Joe, before the season started that there is nothing more that dudes love saying in the fall than big third down right here. And that is certainly the case right here for both sides. Army wanting a stop. Haven't given up any points since Snow put 2 touchdowns on the board in the opening period. Army scored the last 10 points of this game.
Snow has not scored since the first quarter. They have been stopped each time by Army JV.
2 to the left, 1 to the right for Tho. Sends Rigtrup in motion. Jack back to pass. It's a bubble screen. It's complete to the tight end, getting to the outside and getting a first down before being forced out of bounds. What a catch from Miles Peters, and what a play development and play call from the Badger offense.
Exactly what you wanted to do. You wanted to get a first down, and you wanted to get out of bounds. And they have not stopped the clock yet. So was he down before he went out of bounds?
In the college, they're only going to stop the clock on those under 2 minutes.
Okay.
So incomplete passes and then, in the under 2 minutes situation. So now Army had a guy coming off late. as the Army JV head coach arguing here, because there's the substitution rule, right? Offense subs, they got to give the defense a chance to also make a substitution. And I think that's what the argument is here.
And they are going to stop the clock, I believe, to discuss this.
They're saying 8:15 back on the clock. So
okay.
Again, that substitution rule is a fairly recent development in college football and football across the board. So if an offense does make a substitution, got to allow the defense to do the same. And now the clock winds as we're under 8 minutes. So trips to the left here for Jack Tho in the offense. Rig trip at his hip. Single receiver over to the right side. Jack brings a man in motion. That's Paiva. Tho goes hard count, trying to get some movement. Army's pointing, saying Snow moved. Snow saying Army moved, and that's not the case. The play clock is not running. As we're having an issue with that now, as now Tho, with two to either side, takes the snap, play action, gets rid of it in a hurry. It's complete to Villa. Villa spins out of a tackle, has a first down, and then more. Stays on his feet, 30. Knocked out of bounds, but a couple flags do come flying in here, and based on the area of the throw, this might be coming back.
And unfortunately, Villa now on the sideline is pretty slow to get up. That was quite a hit he took.
So 2 flags were thrown, and I'm not sure if it's going to be for the same thing or if they're for 2 separate things, given the areas that they're located at.
They're pointing against Army.
So we've got a hold against the Badgers is the call.
And that's it, okay.
Yeah, so it was 2 flags thrown for the same thing, and that because that hold did happen so far downfield, it's not going to be as bad as a normal hold, but still marks the Badgers back. And the good news for Snow, you still have it's still first down. You have a chance to chip away.
Absolutely.
Having issues with the clock here. We're now at 8:50, under 8 minutes again. Not as many issues as obviously, okay, I said I wouldn't bring that up again, but here we are. So first down, they're going to call this 1st and 16 for the Badger offense now following the hold. Tho under center. Takes the snap, gives to Rig Trip. Rig Trip stutters, follows that lead block, looks to fall forward, just gets a couple to Seth Rig Trip. Army's done a nice job corralling to the football when Seth's gotten it in the second half.
They have. They've been watching plenty of film on Rigdrup. They know how explosive he can be, and not just from film, but from today. He has been incredible in that first half, and they have done a very good job, an effective job of shutting him down in this second half.
2nd and 14 now after a gain of 2 for Seth Rigtrip. Badgers go 2 to either side with a single back in Matt Wilson. Back to throw is Jack. Jack steps up, fires a dart, has a man there. It's caught at the 25, inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Cale McCoy with a massive snag over the middle on the catch and run, and the Badgers in business inside the 15.
Absolutely huge catch for him, and that is another Snow player that we met his family earlier today. Big shout out to the McCoys, and what an incredible play by Cale.
Cale was the leading receiver last week against Tyler. Comes up with his first catch of the day, and it's the biggest catch of the day for Snow College as they now find themselves 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line, knocking on the door here with 6:19 to go in the ball game. Split back set for Tho. 2 receivers right side, single receiver far. Jack in shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a little high. It's going to be an option. Keeps to himself. Throws a dart. Complete. Rigtrup to the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. Jack Tho to Seth Rigtrup. And the Badgers back on top. 22-16. 6:04 left with the PAT pending.
What an incredible job by Rigtrup, proving that he is more than just a running back. This guy can play running back or receiver. He is such a good route runner and can be so deadly anytime he has the football in his hands.
Badgers again in this interesting 2-point conversion stance. We'll see if they decide to go for 2 here or just kick the extra point. Now, the way they're running this in, this is going to be their first PAT try of the afternoon. Joseph Brandt on to attempt the PAT. The holder is Jay Summers. Hold is good, snap good, kick even better. 6:04 to go here in the fourth quarter. Number 9, Snow College 23, Army JV 16 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
And we welcome you back on in here to Michie Stadium at Army West Point, beautiful West Point, New York. It's been a beautiful day, some beautiful football being played, and a beautiful drive from the Snow College Badgers, who now lead 23-16 on our Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard with 6:04 to go. A much-needed answer from this Badger offense, a couple of big plays from big guys at big times. Paiva with a big catch when they were behind the sticks. Then McCoy with the massive catch and run. Topped off by Seth Rigtrup's hat trick, his third touchdown of the game, first receiving. Now a return opportunity for Army as they cut up to the 20, cut back, and taken down at the 24-yard line. I believe that was Harrison Mass again, who's been really solid in the return game. My apologies, number 14, that's Chance Knox, who's gotten some good looks at running back today for Army JV.
Yes, he has. He is the second leading rusher right behind Luter for the Black Knights.
So this is going to be interesting for Army. Who comes out at quarterback? Is it going to be Luter or is it going to be Owen? And the answer, it's Bryson Luter.
You have to in this situation. When you are down by a touchdown and you need one in order to tie, you need to bring out your top runner.
5:56 left in the ball game. Luter under center. Single receivers to either side. Sends that back in motion, fakes the pitch, back to pass now, Luter. Luter loads up for the sideline, has a man open, makes the catch, makes the first guy miss, gets the first down, spins out of it. Still on his feet to the 40, stays up to the 44-yard line. The catch and run to the outside by Jaden Walker, making guys miss and picking up a first down.
That has been something that every receiver on Army has done very well, is breaking tackles, making guys miss. And this week it is because of the skill of Army rather than Snow actually missing tackles like it was against Tyler.
First down and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. More of a spread opportunity here for Luter. Two to the right, single receiver left with a tight end. Brings a man in motion. Luter takes the snap. Option read, keeps himself. Heads right up the middle, right to midfield and then some. Gain of 7 yards on 1st and 10 for Bryson Luter, who's been so good at that quarterback position today for Army. 23-16 again if you're just joining us. Now under 5 to go in the fourth. Badger defense trying to get a stop. And keep in mind, Army's got all 3 timeouts, Joe. Even if Army does not get a touchdown on this drive, you still got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout.
Exactly. They've got plenty of time to work.
Luter under the center. Goes hard count, sends the man in motion. It's a pitch play to the left side. Badgers look to string it out. The hit is there, but not until the first down comes. That is Stroman Bridges, the freshman running back, picking up a first down for Army out past the 45 to the 44. First down and 10 for the Black Knights. Again, you got to be so disciplined when you run this version of this offense. And as much as we've talked about the guys who have made the plays with their legs, this offensive line has been really impressive in their assignments for the Black Knights. 4 minutes left in the ball game. Luter under center, 2 receivers to the right side. Sends that back in motion. Back to pass, fakes the pitch. Luter steps up, nowhere to go with it, and he's going to go down. He's going to be sacked on the play. Taken down by number 91, Nidus Ayula with the sack, and the Badgers with the biggest defensive play of the day for 2nd and 11.
That is huge, a huge stop by the Badgers, able to keep their defense on the field, keep the Black Knights back, and really, what an incredible play.
Nidus Aweula with a massive sack for Snow College, 2nd down and 11, 3:20 to go in the ball game. Luter, in shotgun, single back at his pistol. Claps, takes the snap, fakes, Option to the outside, makes the pitch, has a man with a lot of room, getting to the outside and near the first down marker is Chance Knox. They mark him right at the line to gain, and he's got it. So after getting a massive sack, first time we've really seen that kind of a pitch play in a minute from this Army offense, and it's ran to perfection to Chance Knox.
That speed option, that was run to a T and did exactly what they needed there.
Ball now at the 34-yard line. It's first down and 10 for Army JV. Tight formation here for Luter. Under 3 to go in the ball game. Luter sends a man in motion. Badgers show blitz. Luter gets it. Has to avoid the first guy. Has some space to the outside, and he is gone. Bryson Luter in for 6. Army's a PAT away from tying, or a 2-point conversion away from taking the lead with 2:37 to go.
And Luter will do as Luter will do. What an incredible run by him, able to exploit weaknesses in that defense, get through and break tackles, exactly what he's been doing this entire game. Now the question, exactly as you said it, is, do you go for 2 or do you go for the tie?
Army showing a similar snap the way the Badgers did early in this game, and now they'll go to the traditional PAT as they did on their last one. This is for the tie here for Army West Point. The kicker, Luca Guerrera, drills it. So with 2:37 to go here in the fourth quarter, it's number 9 Snow College 23, Army JV 23, right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Channel 10, and Snow TV.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
And we welcome you back here to West Point. Snow College and Army JV tied at 23 apiece. It'll be Badger football, 2:37 to go. 3 timeouts left for Army. Badgers just down to 1. Tanner Wilkinson and Joe Williams with you. Stick around. We'll have our postgame show coming up where we give away our Sam Pete Steel Man of the Game, the Utah Heritage Credit Union scoreboard. Tie ball game, under 3 to go. Kick coming here now for the Black Knights. Badgers haven't had much going in the return game today. This one's a little bit lower of a kick, and they'll have a chance to field it at about the 15-yard line. Picked up now to the 20, 25, 30-yard line. So decent field position for the Badgers. As I believe that was Lawrence Taylor IV that picked that up and got out of bounds for Snow College. Badger offense back out there, 2:33 left. And ideally, Joe, you don't want West Point to get the football back.
You really do not want to let West Point get the football back. You've got to be so – they really – this is what they live for.
Right.
This is exactly what you live for as a football player, as a football coach of any kind.
Again, just a beautiful day here in Western New York up at West Point. The Badgers will go 2 receivers to either side with a single back. Tho takes the snap, back to pass. Pocket holds well for Jack. He now decides to become a runner. Jack heads to the side, sheds 1 tackle, falls forward, and ends up gaining 6 yards. What looked like it was going to be no gain. Jack, though, turns into 6-7 yards, and the Badgers in good shape on second down here.
He has done so well at that quarterback position. He has thrown it well, he's ran it well, and he has become such a good leader for this Badger team.
So here we go, second down and 4. Snow made a sub, so now they're allowing Army to do the same. Play clock is at 22. Snow. Oh, that's the 2-minute timeout. Would you look at that? Snuck right up on us. We got 2 minutes left in this one. The 2-minute timeout comes. We'll take a break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and Snow TV.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
CO Building Systems in Ephraim manufactures a complete line of pre-engineered metal buildings of all sizes. Plus, they are your headquarters for custom metal roof and wall panels for your home or business, including all trim and accessories. All of their roof and wall panels are available in several gauges and over 20 different colors. For a free cost estimate or more information, contact CO Building Systems in Ephraim. 800-262-5347. That's 800-262-5347. Online at cobuildings.com.
We welcome you back on in here to West Point, tied up at 23 apiece here in the fourth quarter of play. It's been an exciting back and forth matchup. Army has never led in this game, but they've come back to tie it now twice. And the Snow College offense trying to get one final lead as we're at 2 minutes left. 2nd down and 4 for Jack. Though takes the snap, back to pass. Jack going to load up, sidearm it, and it is dove for and caught into Army territory at the 40-yard line by C.J. Rabb III. He's a little slow to come up, but did come down with the catch. And the Badgers now back into Army territory at the 41.
Those kind of catches, they can hurt on an artificial turf field. There is not very much give there. And he is headed off to kind of take a breather after an incredible catch.
Jack's seen something in the middle of the field with his receivers. That's the 3rd time in this quarter Jack, though, has thrown a dart to a receiver over the middle. The give to Rigtrip here. Seth tries to get to the outside, has some space. Stutter steps and gets out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, a gain of 3 for Seth Rigtrip. And that does stop the clock at 1:24. Again, Snow can only stop the clock one time. Army does have all 3 of their timeouts available for use should they get in a situation where they want to stop the clock to try and get it back.
Now remember, all Snow needs here is a field goal in order to win it, and then they've got to trust their defense.
2nd down and 7 for the Badger offense. They'll go 2 receivers near side, a tight formation here with a tight end to the left. 2 tight ends set to the left, they got the split back set. My apologies. Split back set here for Jack. Though takes the snap, it's a give to Seth. Seth's got a big hole, hits that up the middle, and falls forward right near the line to gain. And I believe Seth Rigtrip's got a 1st down, and he certainly does. Excellent run up the middle. That left side of the offensive line getting just enough of a crease for Seth Rigtrip to pick up 7 yards.
They've really got to get about 10 more yards before they're in very comfortable field goal range, and they've only got 1 minute and 8 seconds left to do it.
Badgers now go 2 receivers to either side. Matt Wilson is the back as Rigtrip subs out. 4 at the line for Army here. Now at 56 seconds. Jack Thoe in shotgun. Takes the snap, play fake. Pumps, sidearms it, complete Paiva. And Vila scampers out of bounds. It's going to end up going for no gain on the play, but stops the clock at 47 seconds. Army read that well. Heads up by Jack to stay in there, kind of sidearm it.
Yes, there's no gain on that play as well, but there's also no loss, and it turns off the clock for a few seconds, gives them some time to breathe and figure out what they're going to do.
2 receivers to either side here for the Badgers. As the new play call comes in, Matt Wilson is still in at running back with Jack Thoe. Badgers go trips to the left side, single receiver near side. Thoe in shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass on 2nd down. Plenty of time. Jack rolling out to his right is going to throw. He's got a man there. It's Burke, and he just overthrows Jack Dean Burke. Incomplete, 3rd and 10 with 41 seconds to play in the ball game. And again, Joe, I don't know that you're quite in field goal range here.
I don't know either.
So this is a big 3rd down.
I would not be surprised if they would attempt it from this distance at 4th down and risk going into overtime. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So 3rd down and 10. Badgers go with a stack set at either side. Single back to Jack Thoe. Biggest play of the game for either side. On 3rd and 10, Jack takes the snap, back to pass. Army just brings 3. Plenty of time. Jack takes a shot at the end zone. Has a man there, going up for it, and the pass is incomplete. A fight for the football. Mikhail Paiva was there. It falls incomplete. Several Golden Knights in coverage, including number 7, J.D. Sparks, the junior safety from Southland, Texas, breaking up the play. 4th down, and now the Badger offense looks like they're going to remain out there here in the final 34 seconds.
That is an aggressive call from Zach Erikson, and I would not expect anything less from him in this situation.
Badger offense remains out there. Play clock down to 16 seconds. Game clock is at 34, but stopped due to the incomplete pass. 4th down and 10. Jack gets in line with his offensive line. Play clock at 5. Trips to the left, single right for Tho. Jack takes the snap on 4th down. Back to pass. Tho running out of time. Rolling out to his right. Rolling for his life. Jack Tho fires as he's going to the ground, and it is caught at the 10-yard line. What a snag over on the outside. Number 2, Matt Wilson, came out of the backfield, went across the field, and caught it inside the 10 for a Badger first down.
That is one of the biggest plays of that entire game. Matt Wilson with an incredible catch, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock. Just an incredible all-around play by the Badgers, keeping this drive alive.
Jack Tho, as he was going to his knees, released the football a la Mahomes, and now the Badgers with 1st and 10 with 24 seconds to give to Wilson. He loses the football. The ball's on the ground. Does Army have it? They say they do. What a turn of events. The Badgers, all you had to do was hold on to the football, and you were going to win, get a chance to win the game, and they cough it up on a fumble. What a turn of events here in West Point.
Oh my goodness, you could not ask for a more exciting game, a better end to this game. This is incredible. The Badgers really need to get it together here. The Black Knights just looking to go into overtime. It looks like they are going to line up in victory formation, or just to kneel it and let overtime come in.
What a wild turn of events as Army takes the knee, and Snow's got only one timeout, so they're not even going to bother with it. We are going to have free football here in West Point. Overtime is next. Snow College 23, Army JV 23. Overtime is next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and Snow TV.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Hey, what does the dentist of the year get? A little plaque. Well, all humor aside, a little plaque can be deadly. Let Dr. Colton Douglas at Douglas Dentistry make sure that a little plaque doesn't cause you a major health concern. Your good health is dependent on good dental hygiene, so make a call today and make sure you get to show off that awesome smile for years to come. Call Douglas Dentistry's new phone number, 435-258-9001, 435-258-9001.
Free football on a Monday afternoon. Time back in Utah, 6:27 or 4:27. We're 6:27 here in West Point, New York, as we'll have another captain's meeting and another coin toss here to determine with the overtime rules. In college football, you possess the football one time each, and then if it's still tied after that, you get a second possession, but must go for 2 if you score a touchdown. After that, it's just 2-point tries at that point. So it's almost like PKs in soccer when you get to the third overtime. So will be interesting to watch on this coin toss how this works out. Either way, usually you want to play defense first so your offense knows exactly what you need to do. Do you need the touchdown? Do you need the field goal? Whatever the case may be on that point. But a wild series of events. Snow College has a 4th down and 10. They convert it inside to the 10-yard line, well within field goal range. All you have to do really is make sure you hold on to the football, and unfortunately for the Badger offense, that is not what happened. Army takes a knee, and now we find ourselves in overtime as that discussion's being had near midfield.
And this is exactly what I wanted out of this game, Tanner. You know, we came from Utah yesterday. came out to one of the most beautiful stadiums in college football and have an exciting game that ends in overtime. And now the Badgers have to fight to win. This is going to be a fun few minutes on a Monday night.
Yeah, you've still got, I believe you got a half an hour till Texans-Buccaneers kick off. So this may line up perfectly, folks, with your National Football League viewing on a Monday night. Ending this and going right into that. So they'll play over on the left side of the field, where it'll be 1st and 10 again at the 25. Not sure who's where we don't have the mics and PA systems for this game. Not 100% sure who's going to possess the football first.
I believe it is Army.
Based on the way these numbers that are out here, I think Snow's going to have the football first. This looks like the defensive unit for Army that's out there. You got Moss out there along with number 11 for the Black Knights. That would include David Thorne-Rogers, who's been a stud at safety today. Freshman safety JT Poynton. So Snow's offense will be out there first to possess the football. So 1st and 10, it's again, these drives start at the 25-yard line here in overtime. Again, Snow had this basically in the bag and a costly fumble at a costly time. Forced overtime. Give Army a lot of credit for forcing that fumble, as I believe the Badgers do get to pick where they snap what side they'd like to snap this from, and that is the spot they choose to do so. So no time on the clock here in the overtime period. Tied at 23 as Jack Tho will go under center to start the overtime period. Tho takes the snap. Play fake. Has pressure immediately. Jack rolls to his right. Becomes a runner, throws it last second across the middle and has his man. It's Tapusoa. Lamana Tapusoa took a pop but gains 9 yards. A gutsy throw from Jack, though, as he gets it right to the 15-yard line. Are they going to say first down? They are. A big Douglas Dentistry first down for Tapusoa.
And that is exactly why you fall forward. His feet were not there on the first down, but because he fell forward and just willed that forward, he was able to pick up those 10 yards.
Jack, though, who was under a lot of pressure heading to the right sideline, makes a last-second throw and made the play happen. So 1st down and 10 for the Badger offense. Tho going to go under center again here. Rigtrup at his back with a fullback, a receiver to either side here. Jack takes the snap, gives Seth. Seth looks to go right side, keeps the feet churning, maybe got 2 yards on 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Will bring up 2nd down and 8. Again, no time in overtime. It's played by possessions as we're now at 2nd down.
And we have that turnover, that fumble. Not only was it the first turnover that we saw this game, it was the first fumble we have seen by either team this entire game.
That's right. It's been pretty clean football. Penalty-wise, not a ton of penalties in this game. 0 turnovers leading up to that. 2nd down and 8 from the 13-yard line. Split back set here for Tho and shotgun. Jack takes the snap, play fake, has his one-on-one, throws it high. It's batted away and incomplete. A dangerous throw, trying to get it to Stephon Sellers Jr. Falls incomplete. 3rd down and 8 for the Badger offense.
Just incredible pass coverage by the Black Knights there, able to shut it down and prevent the touchdown.
3rd and 8. A big 3rd down here for the Badgers. I believe in field goal range at this point, but that leaves that's the gamble of overtime, right?
That leaves options for Army.
Yeah. Trips to the right side. Single receiver left side for Jack, though, with the single back at his hip. On 3rd down and 8. Jack takes the snap, back to pass. Pocket holds well. Tho pointing directions, looks to head to the sideline, and he's going to get sacked. The worst possible thing that could happen for the Badgers, and it happens again. Number 88 coming up with that sack for Army. That is, I believe, Donovan Poe, the junior D lineman out of Long Beach, California, makes the sack. Badgers had not given up a sack, I don't think, all game. And again, that comes at the worst time. So now you got 4th down, and the field goal unit is going to come out here to try to put the Badgers up by 3 points.
This is going to be a 39-yard attempt by the Badgers. This is a long field goal.
Joseph Brandt on to attempt the field goal. number 83, the kicker from Lehigh, on its way, and it is through 4-3. So the Badgers able to get on the board here in overtime. They make it 26-23 following the field goal. So now all you need if you're Snow College is a stop. If you're Army, you need a field goal to force a second overtime period, or a touchdown wins the game.
And that's exactly it. Really, though, touchdowns in the red zone have not come easy for either team this entire game. And that is essentially where they're starting, is right outside the red zone. Army has its work cut out for them. It is going to be a fun series.
So 1st and 10 from the 25 here for Bryson Luter. The freshman quarterback out of Indianapolis has had a brilliant game, including the game-tying score for Army. A touchdown wins it for the Black Knight JV squad. Luter brings a man in motion, takes the snap, going to roll out to his left side. Luter cuts back inside, gets to the 20, pushed to the 19-yard line. A good gain from Bryson Luter on 1st down and 10. And Army's got a man down now. One of their linemen having a tough time getting back up.
It is number 66 for the Black Knights is down.
That would be a number we do not have on our roster. So the injury timeout, we'll take it as well right here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom, Channel 10, and Snow TV.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School, I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
We welcome you back here to Michie Stadium in West Point, New York. Overtime football. Snow with a 26-23 lead in overtime. An injury to Army. Again, unfortunately, we do not have number 66 on our roster. We were told, with this being a JV game, it's going to be there's going to be a few hits and misses. More hits than misses, though, by the way.
Really,
I've been very impressed by the accuracy of this roster. So 2nd down and 4. It's a gain of 6 for the Army offense. Badgers gave up 26 points to Tyler, Texas. So the second most Snow's given up this season is currently 23. If they want to win, need to not give that up as well. Weiwei heads over to the right side off the carry. It's not going to be enough for a 1st down as the pile pushes, and that will make it 3rd down and short. Oh boy, now we've been so clean all game. And some extracurriculars now going on. A couple shoves. No flags thrown, which is kind of surprising. There were some real shoves in there. No flags thrown. So now 3rd down and 2 for the Army JV offense. Badger defense really needing to get some kind of consistency here for these last 2 downs.
Emotions are running high here in the overtime period. Really, it's kind of hard to not let your emotions get the best of you in a situation like this.
Luter in shotgun. Single back at his hip is Weiwei. 3rd down and 2. Luter takes the snap. It's going to be a roll to the right. Luter's got a 1st down. And then some as he's down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. 1st down, Army JV.
Well within field goal range here. So the Badgers either have to force a turnover of some kind or block the field goal when the Black Knights attempt it. But what they absolutely cannot do is allow a touchdown here.
Ball at the 14-yard line now for Army JV. Luter goes under center. Single receiver to either side. Luter awaits the motion. Takes it and pitches it dangerously to the outside. The Badgers get there for a massive open field tackle. Coming up with it, Mario Williams Jr., a big TFL for the Badger defense. Read beautifully.
Massive TFL, massive play for the Badger defense, keeping them out of the end zone and moving them back behind the sticks. 2nd and 11 coming up.
Massive play for Snow. This defense who's been on its heels at different points tonight, this would be a massive time to get back-to-back TFLs. So 2nd down and 11 off the loss. In shotgun now is Luter. Awaits the snap, sends the man in motion. Luter takes the snap. It's a design run to the right. Luter tries to string it out. Badgers get there in a hurry, though. Only a gain of a yard coming up on the play. TJ Hudson from his safety spot made the initial hit. Gain of a yard, 3rd down and 10 now.
Badgers just have to stand strong one more play here in order to get the ball back.
Would effectively end the game. And when you go to the 2nd overtime, the roles reverse. So Army would possess first in the 2nd overtime. Snow would possess second should Army decide to kick the field goal. But we got a 3rd down here, 3rd down and 10. From the 15, need to get to the 5 for Army. Bryson Luter in shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Luter takes it. Back to pass. Now becomes a running quarterback on the draw, and the Badgers will get there. He won't get the first down, but he'll get down to the 10, maybe the 9-yard line. 4th down, and Army is going to elect to kick a field goal here to force a 2nd overtime.
That's exactly what they've got to do and try again. Now, you're a lot more familiar with the overtime rules than I am, Tanner. If Army scores on this next possession, will the Badgers have an opportunity?
Yeah. Both teams will possess it. Again.
Okay.
You have to go for 2, though. That's the rule. If you score a touchdown, you have to go for 2.
Okay.
Field goal try here. Again, this is number 96. The snap's good, hold good, kick on its way, and it is through for 3. So we will have a 2nd overtime period. Army ties the JV ties the Badgers up at 26 apiece, and we will have a 2nd overtime period. Why not?
Why not?
Why not have some more free football?
I am very excited about this. The Badgers' offense and defense playing very, very well right now. The Black Knights, they have been doing incredibly well as well. And they are spotting this football at the 20-yard line this time.
I believe that should be, that might just be where they're at, but I believe it should be at the 25. I could be wrong on that. But so Army does. That's the kind of interesting thing about overtime. Your offense stays out there after the change of overtime period. So we're in a 2nd overtime now, tied at 26.
Coach Erikson having a discussion with the white hat out there, asking him a couple questions. And now they spotted it at the 25.
Yeah. So a fascinating game, to say the least. Obviously, when you get to a 2nd overtime, that always makes things rather interesting. So Luter is back in at quarterback. And, again, if you score a touchdown here, you got to go for 2. 2 receivers right, single one left for Luter. Luter brings a man in motion, claps the hands, takes the snap. Option, now keeps it himself, right up the middle, Luter. With a good run and a gain of 5, taken down by number 58 for the Badgers over there?
56.
50, that's Keegan Hall making the play along with MJ Talafo. Gain of 5 on the play brings up 2nd and 5 for the Black Knights. And again, in overtime, no clock runs, as we'll go single receiver to either side. That diamond formation here for Luter. Under center. Luter sends the man in motion. It's going to be a free play. Badgers jumped offside. It's going to be no gain on the play, but it's not going to matter. Snow jumps off sides. And that's the 3rd time in this game that's happened for the Badgers.
Badgers, that is something that they are definitely going to want to take a look at before they have Lackawanna at home next Saturday. You cannot be having anything like that.
On a 2nd and 5, you jump off sides. And that'll give them that should give them a first down. We'll see how they march this off. It's going to be close.
They said 2nd down.
So yeah, they give them the 5 yards, 2nd and 1. So it was 2nd and 6, so now 2nd and 1 following the offside. Luter under center, tight formation here on 2nd and 1. Luter sends the man in motion. It's going to be a dive play up the right side, and that's going to be enough for a first down and then some. As they blow him dead, he didn't want to be dead. That was a nice run by Stroman Bridges as he picks up the first down, moves the sticks for Army. Ball will be spotted at the 13-yard line, 1st down and 10, Black Knights. Didn't think our game would still be going as the sun was setting here in Western New York, but that's where we got a beautiful sunset out here right now. So 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. 2 receivers far side, single one near for Bryson Luter. Nowiwe is his back. Luter takes the snap, gives Nowiwe. Stutter steps forward. Badgers do a nice job convening there, as it's not much of a gain on that play, maybe 2 yards. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Keeps the drive alive, and that is all that matters to them right now. They've got to get it in the end zone, and then they will be required to go for 2.
2nd and 8 for the Army offense. Again, Bryson Luter, this freshman, they may have someone that they can really develop to maybe be the starting quarterback for the FBS squad here at West Point. Tight formation for Luter. Sends the man in motion. Takes the snap. It's a design run to the right for Luter. Runs into a man. Keegan Hall comes from behind to finish off the play. It's a gain of 2, maybe 3. Maybe even just a yard. Now they're going to give him 2. So 3rd down and 6 here for the Army offense. Big 3rd down here for the Badgers defensively. Army, both teams had to settle for field goals in the first overtime period, as we're now into a 2nd overtime. 2 receivers left side, single receiver right side for Luter. Single back is Nowiwe. Brings a man in motion. Luter claps the hands, takes the snap, fakes it, now runs it himself. Luter gets drilled, not going to get the 1st down as he only got a couple. The Badger defense convening at the right time. Coming in on the play, I believe, was Mario Williams Jr. and a couple other Badgers. Tayson Reed in there to make the play. 4th down, field goal unit comes back out here for Army JV.
And that's the safe option. I do believe that is the right option, because the Army was very able to keep the Badgers further away from the end zone than the Badgers have been able to keep the Black Knights away.
Field goal try here. This will be a 24-yard attempt officially from Luca Guerra. Snaps good, hold good, kick is on its way, and it is through for 3. So in the 2nd overtime, it's Army JV 29, Snow College 26. And now if you're the Badgers, a touchdown wins the ball game. A field goal will force a 3rd overtime that would cause basically a shootout. 2-point conversion tries, and whoever walks away with more at the end win, or not more at the end, but whoever gets a try and a stop wins. So if you're the Badger offense, you find the end zone, that plane ride tomorrow becomes a lot more pleasurable than otherwise.
It really does. Games like this where you are so close the entire game, you have to come out on top in order to have a pleasant plane ride home.
Badgers start with 2 receivers far side, a single receiver near side, tight end on the right side as well, with a single back. Jack Tho approaches his center, Fanua, and goes under center now. Tho takes the snap, play action, back to pass, going for it all. It's a high pass, and oh my goodness, it falls incomplete. Paiva was the intended receiver, but lurking was David Thom Rogers. If that pass is a little more to the left, the game might have just ended.
You know that they are going to be watching Paiva. They are going to be watching Kazan. They are going to be watching those main 2 receivers, because the Badgers really going for it all in these possessions.
2nd down and 10. Trips to the right, single receiver left side for Jack, though. Rigtrup is at his hip. Jack in shotgun. Takes the snap. Design rollout to his right. Though fires to the sideline. It's caught over on the far side, and a decent gain on 2nd down. That is a nice catch to the outside. Number 81, C.J. Rabb III will make it a much more manageable 3rd down here. A gain of 7, 3rd down and 3 for the Badger offense in this 2nd overtime.
All the Badgers need is a 1st down here. A touchdown, of course, would win the game.
Split back set for Tho. 3rd down and 3. 2 receivers near side. Single tight end over on the right side. Jack in shotgun. Takes the snap. Play action. Tho dumps it off Rigtrup. He's got the 1st down and then some. Forced out at the 11-yard line. A tight call, but the Badgers get it and move the sticks for another Douglas Dentistry 1st down. Seth Rigtrup with a big catch. Jack Tho under pressure delivered a great ball, and the Badgers have 1st and 10.
Seth Rigtrup really making a strong case for our St. Pete Steel man of the game. He has been everywhere on offense, running back, wide receiver, making huge plays, and has 2 touchdowns under his belt today.
1 receiver to either side, split backs for Jack Tho. A touchdown wins the game. It's 1st and goal from the 10 to give to Rigtrup. Rigtrup cuts back inside of the 5, and he's down at the 5-yard line. Make it the 4. 2nd and goal for the Badgers from the 4. A touchdown would win the game as this Badger sideline starting to make a little bit of noise here. 2nd and goal from the 4. Split back set for Tho. Jack takes it, gives to Seth. Seth follows the lead blocker, spins forward. He's going to be down right at the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal. A touchdown will win the game right here.
You could not make this up if you tried. This has been such a back-and-forth game. This has been awesome. The Badgers knocking on victory's door.
3rd and goal from the 1. Tho takes the snap, give to Rigtrup. Rigtrup blown up, and he's thrown backwards at the 5. Every time Army needs to make a defensive play, they have. They'll mark him at the 4. It's 4th down. So now the call, if you're Coach Erikson, do you go for the win or do you go for a 3rd overtime? The offense is staying out there. Each team gets a timeout in the period. Does Coach Erikson call it to talk about it?
That is the call right there.
And he will take a timeout. Zach Erikson takes it. Big decision for the Badgers here. Will we have a 3rd overtime period or will we have a winner? Find out next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
That timeout was made possible by our friends over at Central Valley Medical Center. From orthopedics to pediatrics, trust CVMC. Double overtime. Here's where we sit. 4th and goal from the 4. Badgers had a 3rd and goal from the 1, but an excellent open field tackle on the pitch from Army. That was J.D. Sparks, the junior safety out of Southland, Texas, making the play. So now if you're Snow College, the question becomes, do you go for the touchdown and the win, or do you kick the field goal, play for a 3rd overtime, and we start the 2-point conversion show?
And I think that is exactly what they are talking about in that huddle. They have made a decision, and they are going to go for the field goal here. They are going to go for the tie and force a 3rd overtime.
Joseph Brandt, this will be a 21-yard chip shot to force the 3rd overtime. The snap is good. Hold good, kick on its way, and it is through for 3. So at the end of 2nd overtime, we got a tie ball game once again. Snow College 29, Army JV 29, and we'll have a 3rd overtime now. And again, at the highest level of college football, you start these 2-point conversion tries, just shifts back and forth, and it's such a fascinating concept. A lot of people, it's been hotly debated, right? Some people like it. A lot of people, think it's almost too maybe close to soccer in a way. But that's going to be the case here with the 2-point tries in a triple overtime scenario.
I mean, these are the moments they dream of, though. As a player, you're playing at a D1 stadium in one of the most beautiful places in the world, West Point, New York. 3rd overtime, close game, under the lights. Really, you cannot have it any better.
Yeah, what time we get here?
We got here about
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, yeah. We came on campus.
1 o'clock Eastern time to get things set up and get things rolling here. And yeah, it's been it's been a long day in a good way. Obviously, when you get a triple overtime game, so officials are likely discussing rules with both coaches right now. And you could not have asked for a more exciting finish And defense has ruled the overtimes. No touchdowns have been given up, just a pair of field goals by both squads.
It has been a very impressive game defensively for both teams. Really, after that first quarter, scores came very, very few, and they were hard to come by. The Badger defense putting up a big, big stop, and especially that Black Knight defense not allowing any score in the second or third quarter, and even halfway through the fourth, they had not allowed any scores. This is going to be a very interesting ending to this game.
The White Hat having a conversation with Coach Erikson here as to how this is going to go down. And I mean, yeah, this has just been wild. And again, you go back to the end of regulation, you think the Badgers have it in the bag, if you will.
Right.
They've got a 1st and goal at the 10 with 24 seconds left. You're thinking, just hold on to the football, and that is exactly what did not happen for Snow College. So now we've got triple overtime as a result. So, and again, it has not been communicated whether this is going to be the 2-point tries. This is a lot longer of a break than what we had between the first and second overtimes.
And I think it's mostly because, that's a bit more common, even going to 2 overtimes than it is 3 overtimes.
So it'll be a 2-point try here from the 3-yard line. And that's at least where the ball is spotted right now, and the Badger offense remains out there again. So these are 2-point conversions, essentially. They're worth the 2 points as we're now into the third overtime. Badgers, and you get one crack. I mean, that's the thing. It's not like you have one set of downs to do this. You get a fresh crack at it, and that's one crack at it, and that's it. Badgers go trips to the right, single back set for Jack Tho. Tho takes the snap. Handoff that goes nowhere. The ball's loose. Army picks it up, and are they going to be able to run it back and score? Is this going to be the game? I believe it is. Army JV is going to walk this off. Harrison Mass runs it back on the 2-point try. It's good, and the game is over. Army JV wins in triple overtime on a 2-point conversion run back to end the game. Unbelievable.
That is a heartbreaker for the Snow College Badgers. That is such a disappointment. It's one thing if they score or are kept out of the end zone just by being tackled. It is another thing entirely, fumbling that football and having to watch the Army run back 93 yards to the house.
Unbelievable finish here at West Point as the game came to a close. The Badgers will drop to 2-2 on their season in as heartbreaking of a way as you could possibly find. Your final score here from West Point, Army JV 31, 9th-ranked Snow College Badgers 29. We'll take a short break and be back to wrap this up with a post-game show next on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV.
This school year will be different.
This year, I'll do my assignments. On time.
I will listen to my teacher.
I solemnly swear.
I won't eat any glue.
I'll do my homework every night.
Every night.
Research? No problem.
School? I got this.
This year will be different. Visit Centricom.com to power your education with the best internet experience. Everyone succeeds with School to the Power of Centricom.
For over 70 years, Cache Valley Bank has been a part of Utah's financial landscape with 23 branches across the state of Utah. Cache Valley Bank isn't just a bank. We're neighbors, partners, and your financial advisors.
Committed to building stronger communities one transaction at a time with secure and reliable solutions, whether it's buying a home, expanding your business, or simply managing your day-to-day finances.
Visit any of our locations in Ephraim, Mount Pleasant, Fairview, or Nephi. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
We welcome you back here to West Point and to Michie Stadium. An unbelievable college football game just took place here. An upset, too, on top of that. Number 9, Snow College falls to Army's JV squad 31-29 in 3 overtimes. Army's offense didn't even have to come out for the 2-point try. Badgers fumble and the run back. And, Joe, there were no turnovers in this game until there was 24 seconds left in the ball game. And unfortunately, the 2 turnovers come at 2 of the worst times for the Badger offense, and Army able to take advantage of that. Again, they get to the overtime. Both teams settling for field goals through the first 2 overtimes, and then you get to the third overtime, and just unfortunate timing of it all if you're a Badger fan.
Such an unfortunate timing. Not only were there no turnovers, there were no fumbles by either team until 24 seconds left in the game, and the game-winning score came from Army on a fumbled ball by the Badgers. That is just it's going to be a long ride home for those offensive players that were on the field, as that was a long time to sit and watch the Black Knights run it back for a touchdown.
Let's get some final stats here. Overall first downs, Badgers 28, Army 22. Rushing yards, Army 322, averaged 5.6 per rush. Badgers at 171 did average 4 yards per rush. Just 3 completions for Army at 26 yards, 21 completions for the Badgers at 264. Total passing yards, 26 for Army, 264 for the Badgers. Yards per play, Badgers overall, though, outgained the Black Knights 5.8 yards per play to 5.52. The 2 fumbles, obviously devastating for the Badgers. Penalties, Army had 1 penalty the entire game, 1 penalty for 5 yards. Badgers 7 for 79. No punts in this game. Not a single punt took place. Overall, time of possession, Army ends up with 42 minutes to the Badgers 32. Badgers 9 of 15 on third downs. Army 6 of 12. Badgers 2 of 4 on fourth down. Army 2 of 3 on fourth down. So from people who are just fans of football, not much more you could ask for, though, getting a triple overtime game on a Monday night.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is going to be a memorable game for those Badger players for many reasons. And really, it's going to be interesting to see how they prepare for Lackawanna next week, because now the gauntlet starts.
Yeah.
You've got Lackawanna, you've got Iowa Western, and Georgia Military, your next 3 games. That is going to be a fun 3 games of football.
Let's give away our St. Pete Steel Man of the game, given to a player who makes a tough, gritty play that changes the momentum of the game. I just don't think there's anyone else that you could give it to today, with the exception of Seth Rigtrip. He had 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air, made critical plays at critical times for the Badgers. Unfortunate with that fumble that took place there at the end of the third overtime with that. But Seth Rigtrip was by far and away the Badgers' best player tonight. Defensively, a lot of guys came. Mikael Paiva offensively as well, really good with the 7 catches, 90 yards. Jack, though, 21 of 32, 264. And a score as well through the air there for Jack. For the Badgers, though, you got to go with Seth, the kind of game he had today.
Absolutely. He was everywhere. He was running back, wide receiver, had passing yards, had 2 touchdowns. Just an incredible game for him. Big shout out to him, and we'll see what they do next week.
Yeah, and you have another hot minute to get this right again, right? You're off until Saturday the 27th, so you've got 12 days in between. And but yeah, Lackawanna is going to come in. They're going to come in hungry, 0 question. They will have been fed pizza, or Alfredo's Pizza Cafe, and not Pizza by Alfredo. Lackawanna is going to come in hungry, ready. Where the Badgers won in that shootout last year up at Scranton. So
they very much are, and really these next 3 games I talked about, they are all the gauntlet really for the Badgers, but they have long breaks in between each one of them. You have Lackawanna next Saturday, I believe that is the 27th.
Yep.
And then you have Iowa Western, that's homecoming on October 11th, 2 weeks later. And then 2 weeks after that, you are going to be making the trip out to Milledgeville for the Georgia Military game.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. Again, a lot of football left to be played for the Badgers. Unfortunate this one went the way that it did for them. But yeah, that's you got a taste of the triple option today and how that's ran, being here in Army. And again, major shout out to how well we've been treated here at West Point and Michie Stadium, just as good of a venue as you're going to find across the country to watch college football, to call college football, to play college football. Beautiful setting here as we wrap up our broadcast. Big thanks to Army West Point Sports Information Director Eric Shapinski. Did I say that right? Shapinski, who was really fun to talk to before the game as well. Dude knows ball. So major shout out to Eric on that front. Major shout out to our Sports Information Director, Drayson Ball. Back at the studios, or back, I shouldn't say studios, back at campus at Snow College, and Ephraim keeping those stats for us. Did a great job doing. I don't know how he did that remotely, but he did.
And huge shout out to him.
Yeah,
he was incredible.
Big thanks to Drayson. Big thanks to our guys back in the studios at KMTI, and Mr. Joseph Williams. Thanks to you. I don't think a lot of people realize we just ran a college football broadcast with 2 people.
Entirely run by us two, and not without its difficulties,
sure,
not without its mistakes, but folks, we did it.
Yeah, it was a wild ride, 3 overtime game. Appreciate you, my friend. We still got a day to enjoy out here before we head home. I know it's going to be a little bit harder for the Badgers to enjoy their time out here, but it's back to work for Coach Erikson and this squad as they try to make things right moving forward. So,
amen.
Always appreciate you, Joe. Again, phenomenal camera work as always, and always good to have you at my right hip as my color man. So, appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you too, Tanner.
Once again, that's your final score here from Michie Stadium and West Point, New York. It's Army 30, JV 31, number 9 Snow College 29. Your final score. My name is Tanner Wilkinson. You've been watching and listening to Junior College Football on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10, and SnowTV. So long and good night from West Point, New York, New York.
You've been listening to live Snow College Badger sports action on KMTI, the sports leader in South Central Utah. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us again for Snow College Badger sports on KMTI.